Что-то я сегодня это откладываю откладывание своего откладывания. Настраивалась просто во всех смыслах. Ну вот я наконец-то здесь. Добрый вечер, добрый вечер. Сегодня это... День прошел, я просто не заметила. Короче, хочу по квестам. Сегодня Янцина, потом Землю и потом Март. По идее. Таков план. Янцина, по-моему, нету в списке. Хорошо. В списке, по-моему, его нет, его надо поймать на карте. Зато я сегодня с тортиком пришла. У брата сегодня день рождения. Так. Лофу. Он, по-моему, вот здесь. По-моему, это этот квест. Как планируете провести лишний день в году? Завтра.
Oh, is that a stain? I like this coat.
Так, у меня есть мысль на этот квест Крилу командой сходить. Guess I'll die. Без хилера с Динлю. Дав. Так, пёся. А мы помяукаем. Уф, страшно. Блин. Поищу того, кто это поймет. Мартин. Я думала, мы будем искать того, кто поймет мяуканье наши. Но это тоже к Март 7. Так, ага. Блин, он с таким забавным звуком бегает, это жесть. Я даже не знаю, с чем это сравнить.
Wheeltide Spring. Everything okay?
Мне нужен переводчик.
Why is D-Ting talking to you? I've always been nice to cute little animals.
В смысле? Я тоже должна. А я разве не милашка?
I think I'm a better fit, that's all. Never mind. No need to get offended. The first time we met D-Ting was during the Kafka hunt. I could tell there was a mysterious connection between us. Whenever he barked, I understood what he wanted to say.
Угу. А ты имеешь какое-то отношение к Слизерин? Ладно, неважно.
For example, woof woof, woof 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 woof. Meaning, hello dear, I found a strange thing at the port of Cloudford. You may want to come and have a look for yourself.
Вы не родственники?
Hey, enough with the passive aggression. The simple truth of the matter is that I can understand him. So what did D-Ting find at the port? Come on, let's go check it out.
Окей. Так. Слизерин говорил только со змеями, ладно. Сегодня я тебе поверю. У меня что-то не открыто на этой карте. Очень странно. А чё у меня там не открыто? Странно, очень странно. Или они их только добавили разные. Давайте сходим откроем. А то я не вернусь никогда. И протанемся обратно. Аф.
Little D-Ting says he's been dutifully searching for clues all over the Xianzhou. He notified us as soon as he found something strange. So what does he want us to take a look at?
Эхе, притормози-ка. Красотка, не уходи далеко, я же здесь. Нефритовый маячок лежит на земле. Его зеленый луч вырисовывает в воздухе изображение подростка.
I'm in active pursuit of a fugitive. The situation is unpredictable and developing rapidly. So I've planted this jade tracer to record my whereabouts in case I lose contact. If anyone finds this tracer, please take it to the seat of divine foresight so the Cloud Knights have the necessary intel to act swiftly.
So it's a recording device. D-Ting must have heard its signal and called us over here to investigate.
Они отправили ребенка, чтобы задержать опасного
Can't
преступника.
disqualify him just for being a little baby. If he's the general's retainer, there must be more to him than meets the eye. We're not that old ourselves, right? And yet here we are, express passengers on trailblazing expeditions. Given everything that's been happening on the Xianzhou recently, I reckon the only fugitive worthy of a retainer's attention would be a Stellaron hunter. I wonder how he's getting along.
Окей. Обязательно, да, обязательно пробного. Окей. Guess I'll die.
Blade tracking entry. Traces run cold at Starskiff Haven.
Ага.
I'll have to ask the Cloud Knights in the area if they saw anything.
Блин, люблю эту механику, где мы играем не за себя. Но больше всего я ее люблю в основном сюжете, и я жду, когда она снова появится. Вот эта часть Лафу, она, конечно, была, где мы играем за Даньхэна, была очень прикольной.
Captain, could you spare a moment?
Yanqing? Why are you all the way out here on the front lines? Shouldn't you be back at the seat of divine foresight?
The General already has a lot on his plate. As his retainer, it's my duty to share the burden. Nothing new to report, I assume?
Correct. After this blade escaped from the shackling prison, he disappeared into thin air. I wonder if he's even still on the ship.
Or perhaps he had no intention of escaping in the first place.
What
Да,
foul
возможно,
demons
ему стало
found their way
херово, и
across
его
the stars to
теперь
wreak havoc on the
где-то
Luofu?
отхиливает Кавка.
That's why I'm here, to help the General eliminate those demons.
И мы сейчас за Инцина перейдем к себе, драться с собой.
Is that so?
Рекурсия.
I didn't receive any orders from the General.
This is a covert operation.
Then shall we dispatch a few knights for this operation of yours?
Вот это он Savage. Общаться с Инцином так.
I appreciate the gesture, but the fewer people who know about a covert operation, the better. Making a big show of it will only scare the snake deeper into the grass. A good hunter must operate alone. Dispatch a few
Ну,
knights. Huh. How incapable
ну,
does he think I
сомнительно, но
am?
окей.
I might be young now, but just you wait.
Да, бро. Найти улики, окей. Коробка. В беззвучной комнате в самом центре корабля волкоглавый мастер прервал медитацию и, открыв глаза, встретил своего заклятого врага. В конце коридора стояла изящная молодая женщина, подобная острому мечу, вынутому из ножен. Вокруг нее мерцали бесчисленные искры, словно звезды, дышащие в танце на просторах Вселенной. Присмотревшись, можно было заметить, что каждая из искр заключена в прозрачный сосуд сродни алтарям в стенах. «Эти эссенции нутра», — проговорил волкоглавый мастер. «Вот, значит, что ты получила благодаря божественной реликвии». Блин, а это точно одна из улик? Мастер долгожитель наделил нас лишь силой, а вот семя священного древа взрастил в тебе. Как несправедливо. Мне пришлось умертвить 30 000 человек и нанять анатома для извлечения из них эссенций нутра, чтобы затем поместить их в внутренние колбы. Исследования подтвердили мои догадки, сердце необходимо для поддержания жизни, а эссенция нутра поглощает энергию корня. Этот орган намного важнее сердца, ибо является истинным двигателем тела. Теперь же направляю этот флот с помощью добытых органов и уничтожу целый альянс. Квест Янцина между историей с Медикус и смертью Тинь. Окей. Волкоглавый мастер приподнял роскошную мантию, укрывающую грудь, и представил взору прозрачную, похожую на медузу, броню, обтягивающую крупные мышцы. Ух ты, прикольно! Хочу такой дизайн. Мастер вдохнул так глубоко, что казалось, мог бы втянуть весь воздух, наполняющий комнату. За считанные секунды его сгорбленное тело расширилось и превратилось в громаду железной плоти. Послышался резкий, болезненный хруст ломающихся костей и выворачивающейся плоти, исцелившихся сразу же после деформации. Волкоглавый мастер успел привыкнуть к этой боли. С каждым выдохом из его рта, носа, глаз и ушей изливалось тусклое свечение. Эссенция нутра засияла ярче. Эти доспехи отлично подходят моей крови и плоти, словно дополнительный орган, прикрепленный к телу. Однако их мощь еще только предстоит постичь. Мне хватило одного удара, чтобы обратить всех своих противников в комки плоти. Возможно, заоблачный квинтет позволит опередить предел твоих сил. Какой автор из подчиненных я его написал? Не знаю. Глаза женщины были темны и холодны, как лед. Казалось, происходящее перед воительницей ничуть ее не интересовало. 30 тысяч солдат, 30 тысяч эссенций нутра, угольков самой жизни. Женщина не позволила жестокости этого чуда сбить себя с толку. Так трудно хранить хрупкий баланс между двумя сторонами. Одна непременно выжелает господство над другой, как только подвернется такой шанс. Подобно седой буре, волкоглавый мастер устремился вперед. В следующий же миг женщина исчезла и оставила на своем месте лишь отчетливый след. Мелькнул блеск клинка, а после раздался громкий сверхзвуковой хлопок. За чтение следующих глав необходимо заплатить. Ужасный стиль, отвратительная манера изложения. Я думала, это коробка.
Especially not ones as crummy as this.
Заплатить чем надо было за это чтение? Сведения о звездных яликах, утерянных на причалах восточной стороны обычной переправы. Ущерб, связанный с отропителями облачных рыцарей, уже возмещен. Бла-бла. Окей.
The Skyfaring Commission really made a mess of this. Who knows if we'll ever find all these missing ships?
Что я должен был делать, это ее учеба. И это я пока пытаюсь настроиться на стрим. Я его даже перенесла, но я все равно ничего не сделала. Ну ладно, я после стрима поработаю, так что... Чё, где еще есть? Тут вроде ничего. Вот. Рапорты дозорного подразделения облачных рыцарей процветания. Деактивированные роботахи. Замечено на причалах Юаншоу. Ну и, короче, дерево начало жить, и связь потеряна.
Perimeter is well guarded, but there are no traces of the fugitive passing through. It seems he has no intention of leaving the Luofu for the time being. Starskips are blocked from entering or exiting. There's no way the fugitive got through. But if he fled toward the interior of the ship, it'll be hard to track him down over such a vast area. A fugitive would still have to rely on starskiffs to travel between different delves. If we start by investigating the starskiff he stole, maybe we can get a lead. Guess it's back to the docks again.
Вот Янцин подошел почитать книжку, и я теперь тоже хочу почитать книжку. У меня валяется начатая книга, и не одна. Ну, у меня есть там, типа, одна начатая художка, несколько учебников, на японском книжника, манга на японском. И я теперь хочу это все одновременно открыть, разложить перед собой и читать. Ставим книжки вместе, устроим книжный вечер. Ну, звучит неплохо.
Playing dead? What a childish trick.
Тык. Окоченевшие останки вдруг задрожали, и в пустых глазах вспыхнула ярость. Вау.
Time for swordplay.
Окей.
You
eternal.
Тычок это мы любим. А надо ли что-то сдвигать? Мне кажется, ничего не надо было сдвигать. Мне не кажется. Так, окей. Другое дело здесь. Я люблю делать бесполезные действия.
What's this? This kind of wound is not the work of a Cloud Knight. The best prey is one that leaves traces. Here, Ting, let's follow the scent.
Опачки. Как неожиданно и приятно.
Where are the Cloud Knights? Hey, don't panic! I'll get you out of there!
Блин, философия бесполезных действий меня покорила.
Existence is unity. In lunar flame. Blade of moonlight.
Я рада, что успела впихнуть криострим в зиму. Я хотела такое устроить еще в декабре, мне кажется.
They were on their feet a second ago.
После этого можно будет и елку убрать.
Thank you for your assistance, young man.
Just doing my job. The port has been sealed off. Why are you here alone?
I came with a merchant ship. The shadows of old friends have returned to my thoughts of late. I came to reunite with them and relive old times. Who would have imagined the Luofu could become such a dangerous place?
You chose a bad time to visit, I'm afraid. There's been an incident. It won't take long for the General to fix it, though. This place isn't safe. We should head to the nearest Cloud Knight garrison. By the way, did you see a man with long hair and black clothes around here?
Вы не видели? Сынок, я ничего не вижу.
You can't see? Apologies. I thought...
Я просто плачу.
My name is Yunqing. I'm registered with the Cloud
Ну, вообще они
Knights.
были
And your
обязаны
name is?
такую шутку вставить. Это было бы непростительно не пошутить.
Jing Liu.
Nice to meet you. Miss Jingliu? Allow me to lead the way. We might have to take a bit of a detour, but I promise to get you to the Cloud Knight safely.
То чувство, когда никто не научил тебя не разговаривать с женщинами по имени Цзинлю, потому что это имя запретили. Из-за этого ты разговариваешь с ней и считаешь ее классной. И все, падаешь в бездну. Это начало конца. Генерал, ты не отследил.
Where exactly are we headed, young man?
To the docks. Don't worry, you'll be safe. So, are you from one of the other Xianzhou ships? The Yaoqiang? The Fanghu?
I'm from the Xiangcheng.
The Songcheng? There's a ship called the Songcheng? Why haven't I heard of it? Miss Jingliu, how long has it been since you last set foot on the Luofu?
Are you always this talkative?
Just making conversation. I wanted you to know I was still here.
Блин, Янсен хороший мальчик.
Let's get going, miss. Careful. Take your time.
Where do we go from here?
Shh, quiet. We've got trouble to deal with first. Wait here a moment, miss. I'll be right back.
Ну-ка. А, с другой стороны ничего.
Shift the balance. Who are you and what are you doing here?
You've come at the perfect time, little one. You can use your blood to irrigate the celestial traces.
Little one? This little one is about to teach you a big lesson. Swords descend!
Да, его чморят все, кому не лень, конечно. Деньга помогает.
My turn. Here.
Time for swordplay. Blade and flight. Where did these guys come from? Huh, the general was right. There's a threat lurking on the Xianzhou itself.
You are quite the sword master, young man.
You saw that?
Ему в какой-то веке сделали комплимент.
I heard it. A sword whistles through the air and rings out upon contacting the enemy.
А, да.
Whilst invisible to the eye, such signals reveal the quality of one's swordplay. As a musician listens to the notes of a song, so a poet listens to its rhyme. And in the flow of combat, a skilled swordmaster delivers both with their blade. I'll wager the Cloud Knights capable of wielding 6 flying swords at a time number few indeed.
Thanks, miss.
Это что за интонация? Янсен.
However, your zealousness inhibits your ability to hide your line of attack,
Huh?
which causes your sword's song to become somewhat mumbled at the end.
Блин, у них высокие отношения. Хочу, чтобы они снова пересеклись по сюжету.
Is real after all. The general told me something similar. He said
Блин,
my
интересно
swordplay
вообще,
was
как они
too
будут
proud and
дальше
angular. He said it lacked the
инкорпорировать
maturity
персонажей
required
из
to win the title of sword
прошлого
champion.
сюжета в новый. Мы же постоянно будем по новым планетам бегать. Они будут просто возвращаться, как и сейчас, на предыдущие планеты. И все. Или, может быть, почаще будут на новые планеты приезжать ребята со старых. А то в основном там появляются только новые персонажи с небольшим камео старых. Из-за этого немножко думаешь, типа, блин, хотел бы и старых увидеть, как они раскрываются по мере всего основного действия. А не только на планете мы с ними поздоровались, улетели и забыли. Горделивая угловатая.
Sword champion. If I recall correctly, that title is bestowed on one who reaches the pinnacle of swordsmanship in the Cloud Knights. But that was a long time ago.
Ха-ха-ха. Да, забавный диалог.
Right. Ever since the sedition of Imbibitor Lunae, the title of Sword Champion has gone unclaimed. But once everything settles down and the combat art ceremony returns, It's a title I'm determined to win.
The Cloud Knights have many martial arts traditions. Who was it that instructed you in swordplay, young man?
I see you're no stranger to the art. I won't keep you in suspense. My master is none other than General Jing Yuan of the Luofu.
Вот ей приятно это услышать, конечно.
General.
I know you haven't visited for a long time, but surely you've heard of General Jing Yuan. He says he has no affinity with the sword.
А
That his
можно
skills are
подробнее
getting
про
rusty.
теории
Well, if
Заирила
that's true,
Сикс?
I never noticed from his training. All right, the coast is clear. Let's keep moving.
Янцин в голове пытается посчитать возраст этой бабки, раз она даже не помнит о генерале. Раз она его не застала на должности. Желтый астрагал. Мастер приказал всем ученикам отправляться к определенному гроту, где они проследят за ростом и процветанием корней истины. Мы, однако, были невероятно потрясены, когда узнали, что китайский Розан, ответственный за происшествие на причалах Чань-Сюй в облачной переправе, погиб от рук иномирцев. Но когда долг зовет, необходимо забыть о кровной мести. Задание, порученное китайскому Розану, теперь переходит тебе. Не разочаруй мастера. Золотистый сциндапсус. Окей.
The Starskip voyage log can be accessed through the dock navigator array.
А? А. Блин. Ага, поняла. Прикольно. Я вот тут... Подождите. Ни хера не понимаю. А вот здесь надо вот так. Здесь... О, еще раз. Вау.
Active Starskiff, there!
А помнишь разговор ты с Каркейсом про надвигающуюся катастрофу, когда писала... Тогда писала, что мнения разделились, кто-то думает, что это про прошедший сюжет, кто-то про будущий. Ну да, было такое.
This one goes past the Divination Commission and the Artisanship Commission.
Короче, не вернулись корабли, несколько опять.
Well, my work here is finished. Now to make sure you get to a safe destination.
Given the present circumstances, the Cloud Knight garrison probably isn't a safe destination. Wouldn't you say?
Correct. So we're not going there. I'm taking you to the shackling prison. Safe, well-guarded, plenty of food, and a place to sleep.
Забавно ее в дом кандалов завести и просто посмотреть реакцию. А что за выражение лица такое странное? Как будто бы он угрожает.
Young man, if you wish to apprehend someone,
это была угроза,
shouldn't
понятно.
you have a reason?
Окей.
Suspicious behavior and half-truths. Those alone are reason enough. You think you can fool me just because I'm a child? A sealed-off port with a stranded passenger?
Ну,
Unlikely.
удачи.
Not to mention you walking the whole way here without so much as a stumble. You can see as well as I can.
biggest giveaway was your comment about my swordplay. Correctly guessing the number of swords from the sound alone? You'd have to be more than human.
No, she is more than human. That's true.
You're not blind at all, are you?
I never claimed to be. You came up with that yourself.
О, блин, диалог просто золотой.
Fear not, young man. I hold no grievance against you, and have never held ill intent towards the Xianzhou. The black veil covering my eyes is merely proof of my resolve to never look back. To never fall again into Mara and destruction. I came here to catch one person. It's quite fortunate that our paths have crossed.
Янцин обдумывает свои права на арест. Насколько он действительно может просто взять ее за шкирку и отвезти в дом кандалов.
The one you're looking for. Is it Blade?
He goes by Blade nowadays. A fitting name for someone who dedicated his mind and body to the ways of the sword. Take me to him, young man. You are no match for me, and therefore, no match for Blade either. Let me accompany you. There is no need to throw your life away.
We've not even drawn swords yet, and you declare yourself the winner? Let me offer you a word of advice. Don't underestimate me.
Ну, ты тоже не переоценивай себя, пожалуйста.
I was hoping to avoid a conflict with the Cloud Knights. How about this? Let's have ourselves a little contest. We can use the abominations that have infested the Luofu as target practice, and see whose sword can slay more and slay faster.
And if I win?
Then I will obediently follow you to the shackling prison and receive whatever judgment awaits me there. Don't worry, I'll keep my end of the bargain. But if I win, you have to share Blade's whereabouts with me. Fair enough?
A Cloud Knight never gambles with official business. But in any case, you won't beat me.
I admire your confidence. But what was it you said earlier about declaring a winner before swords were drawn?
А как же она байтит?
It would seem we've cleared every abomination from the area. Let's find another location and continue our contest.
Мне все еще... Так, а где звук голоса? Ну ладно. Мне все еще кажется забавным то, что я послушала описание дома кандалов. Безопасное место, где поет, кормят, есть где спать, и тебе Ханя читает сказки на ночь. Я такая типа, о, хорошее место, это мой новый дом. И Янцин такой, это тюрьма. Блин, а голоса-то нет. Ну ладно. Is it okay? Это место просто переполнено Марой, идеально для оттачивания своего мастерства. Конечно же, истребление мерзости — это не то же, что ставить на кон свои обязанности, да? Как мы определим, кто победил? Мы начинаем отсюда и идем до конца тропы, не оставляя за собой ни одной мерзости. Тот, кто дойдет первым, победит. По рукам. Начинай первым. А ты не подстроила это все специально, чтобы сбежать? Дзин Юань хорошо тебя обучил. Так, ну звук действительно сломался что-то. Тут и музыка... А, нет, музыка играет, нормально.
Shift the balance. Show me what you got. How many can you block?
All will be swept away by the wind.
Strike with heart.
Eternal.
Watch this awesome move!
Blade and flight. Swords descend. Where did she go?
Вернулся. Она уже впереди.
I didn't even see you overtake me.
Нет, тут нельзя победить. Ее невозможно победить. Она бывший мастер меча, которого объявили... Я не помню, что она уже натворила, если честно. Я вроде читала у нее в описании персонажа, но ее заканцелили, и она угнала из Слафу.
Too slow, young man.
But how is that possible?
А, да, мы ее квест, кстати, будем проходить сегодня тоже.
What kept you this time? You'll need to work harder. Otherwise, you won't even catch me in a star skiff. I haven't had this much fun in a long time. A long time has passed since I wielded this sword. The heat of combat nearly cast me into the darkness. Come, young man. I'll let you finish up. I'll let you make 3 moves. Draw your sword. Don't you know it's rude to keep an elder waiting? Hesitant, weak. What happened to that confidence of yours?
Blade in flight.
My turn. Once you draw your sword, you must strike down your adversary in one blow without turning back.
With heart. Enough.
Буллет. Интересно, она за нее не так же обучала? Или она стала такой только после того, как ее Марой тронула?
Strike with heart. Swords descend.
Your final move was the only one that didn't disappoint.
I lost?
Our contest has not yet come to a conclusion. For I have yet to make my
Он
final
заплакал?
move. And the field
Или это пот?
has no
Или это
opponent.
слеза? Это похоже на слезу.
Unsheathing this sword without merit is to blaspheme the divine will of the Rainbow Arbiter and invite calamity.
You...
Even with your strength, if you were to cross paths with Blade, it would mean death for you. I can give you a more dignified end than dying at his hands. To die as a swordmaster, having
Она
witnessed
реально
the
хотела его
perfection
замочить?
of my technique, refined a
WTF.
1,000 times over. What say you to that, young man?
Я отказываюсь, отказываюсь, отказываюсь.
You have courage.
Лед на лед, прикольно.
I deflected it?
I'll take those records you found. Thank you, young man. That move was a token of my appreciation. We were fated to meet this day, and in days to come.
После этого бой с Денлюэнсом побили Блейд и Тэньхэн. Это просто великолепно.
This mysterious woman also wants to find the whereabouts of Blade. No matter what she wants to do with the fugitive, she must not be allowed to
Денлю
get
это
to him first.
загадочная
I
женщина.
have to pick up the pace. No matter what she wants to do with the fugitive, she must
Она,
not be
кстати,
allowed
одна
to
из
get to him
квинтета же тоже,
first.
да?
I have to pick up the pace.
And that's
Лера не хочет
the end?
Денлю.
There's nothing else in the operations log?
Кому не понравится хорошая кульминация?
That Jing Liu seems pretty dangerous. The Stellaron crisis sure has attracted a lot of strange people to the Lawfu. Shouldn't we hand this over to Qing Yuan as soon as possible?
Гав. Дзинлю есть у меня. Некогда мастер меча на Лафу, прославившая непобедимость облачных рыцарей. Но теперь ее имя забыто. Она стала предательницей Синджоу, пораженной Марой. Вот краткое описание. подробно не хочу давать. Но Блейд другой. Блейд хороший. В душе.
Wonder if I'll discover any rare swords.
Она даже в душе так не особо хорошая.
What is your purpose for entering the seat of divine foresight?
Конечно, Блейд хороший. Блин. Я чувствую уровень хорошести. Я определяю персонажей с настоящей истинной говнецой в любом сюжете. Поверь мне. Просто доверься мне.
Do let me know if you come across any rares.
Блин, голограмма класс. Призрак Дзин Юаня повернулся к вам. Вы не знаете, что это аудиовизуальный автоответчик или же удаленная материализация его самого в реальном времени. Нашли кое-что, что оставила Янцин. Голограмма Дзин Юаня взмахивает рукой. Нефритовый маячок выпускает луч света, и появляется иллюзорная фигура.
Without a doubt. This jade tracer belongs to Yangqing. I can't thank you enough.
Кто она?
You already accessed the recordings?
Вот, как раз Дзин Юань сейчас будет пояснять.
She accidentally pressed a button.
Да, very accidentally.
No harm done. She was my mentor and my superior when I was a member of the Cloud Knights. However, she left the Xianzhou a long time ago.
У меня 3 недели, а значит 3, дай бог, стрима, чтобы подзакрыть квесты. Дзин Юань какое-то время молчит.
If you see her, be sure to keep your distance and notify me immediately.
С Янцином всё
He took on the
хорошо?
charge of pursuing a major criminal.
Да.
It is not my place to impede him for fear of his well-being. That is the nature of the Cloud Knights and their duty. I do have confidence in him, though. Forgive me,
Про
but
Блейда
I
нам ничего
cannot
не сказал.
disclose this information. Thank you again for your help, friends from the Express. The situation remains unpredictable, so take care. I hope to be able to drink and talk freely with you once again, when everything is settled.
Да, было бы чудесно, конечно, если бы я это прошла во время сюжета Лафу, ну ладно. Так, теперь наш гость, чудесно. Мастер среди клинков. Я роляю по одной сейчас. Ну, из серии «А вдруг повезет?» Так, ну теперь на квест Дзинлю. И он начинается из общего вагона. О, кстати.
Being
Ну как
surrounded
хорошо
by
он
the
встал возле
universe
письма
feels
от Зинлю.
amazing. The Luofu feels like a small corner of something much, much bigger.
У него чуйка работает, где надо встать.
Yeah, all the challenges of everyday life seem to disappear when you gaze out into the universe.
Тебе стоит приходить на экспресс почаще, здесь можно отлично
All
расслабиться.
right, then I'll be here to bother you more often in the future. I bet there are so many opponents out there in the universe just waiting for me to find them.
В вагоне на столе ненавязчиво лежит письмо. Оно лежит там уже несколько месяцев. Судя по материалу и стилю, оно Сянчжоу. На самом письме не указан отправитель или получатель, видны лишь слабые следы чернил. Развернуть его. Вы разворачиваете письмо, и на бумаге появляются чернила. Проявляются. Как будто невидимая рука держит перо, словно меч, делая быстрые решительные штрихи. Миг спустя письмо приобретает свой изначальный вид. Мне стало известно о твоем возвращении домой, как ты раздвинул воды древнего моря и спас мир от опасности. Наверняка это вернуло твои забытые воспоминания. Мы снова будем бродить по местам прошлого, пить, праздновать и рассказывать о наших великих приключениях в силу нашей былой клятвы. О, это письмо для Даньхэна.
Upend the ancient sea and return to old ground. It's a letter for Dan Heng. But who is it from? I should ask the conductor.
Блин, да, Даньхэн, конечно, как Моисей, раздвинул тогда эти волны.
Heave-ho! Heave-ho! Huh? Trailblazer, do you need help with something?
От кого это письмо?
Pom-Pom's been cleaning up this whole time and didn't see any letters.
Ожидаемо. Как-то жутковато.
What? Don't scare Pom-Pom like that! Why are there always strange things sneaking onto our train? Pom-Pom is going to upgrade the security level around here. What does the letter say? It looks like an invitation. Who could have sent it? Does Dan Heng have any friends on the Luofu? If Pom-Pom remembers correctly, he said he was exiled from there, right?
Не в первый раз Пом-Пом не заметила. А что еще она не заметила? Ну, кстати, да. Типа варианты Дин Юань, Блейд и Цзинлю. Ах, квинтет. Оба варианта ответа правильные.
Unlikely. If the general sent the letter, he would have signed it.
Why don't you show Dan Heng the letter? You know where to find him.
Пошли. Вряд ли он будет рад. Я постоянно не в ту сторону иду. Мне всегда кажется, что наши эти каюты здесь. Назовем их так.
What is it? Do you need something?
Тут пришло письмо для тебя. Блин, сталочка такая
There's no
хорошенькая.
signature. And it doesn't mention a time or place. Looks like whoever sent this expects me to remember. Unfortunately, I'm going to disappoint them.
Тебе нужна помощь?
Thanks, but I don't even know where to start. Let me hold on to the letter. Anything related to Dan Feng's past should be handled with care.
О, мне нравится вот эта музыка, кстати, такая. Напряженненькая, но ненавязчивая. Это не та музыка, которая мне уже нравилась до этого? Или это есть музыка, которую я поставила на экспрессе? Или это сюжетная музыка? Я не понимаю, как это работает. Это ты ее поставила. Ну да, еще бы она мне тогда не нравилась. При взгляде на письмо вам становится не по себе. Вы произносите облачный гимн, и сконденсировавшаяся в воздухе капля воды впитывается в бумагу. Буквы исчезают, и другая строка растворяется в капле воды. Из 5 людей 3 должны заплатить.
Just as I thought. There was more than met the eye. Letting her leave first was a wise choice. I can't put her in danger again because of this. But if he didn't send the letter, then who did? Maybe I should make a trip to the seat of divine foresight. I need to ask Jing Yuan about the Stellaron hunters.
Ух ты. В вашем отряде должна быть Зинду. Вот стоило мне пожелать, да? Стоило мне пожелать. Они разрешают мою Дзиндлю, а там не давали. Не давали убрать того, чтобы добавить своего. Ну, тут все. Давайте так. Обожаю такие моменты, конечно. Просто... Здравствуй. Я это ты это я.
After all this time away from Alafu, the seat of divine foresight has only become more hostile. It's quite reassuring. Relax. You needn't be so cautious, young man. I'm just reminiscing about the old days.
Я не поняла, о чем ты. Я поняла, о чем ты. Окей.
However, I never thought Jing Yuan would send you to accompany me. It would seem our fates are intertwined.
Блин, ну у них, конечно, реально очень интересный коннект. Лол. Зашел
Got
не
my
в ту
work
дверь.
cut out for me today. Well, if it isn't Don Hung.
Как ты рад? Нужно поговорить с генералом.
Greetings. I need to speak to the general about something.
Looking for compensation for the injuries I gave you? I accept full responsibility. They can deduct
Это уже
my next
после
100
схватки
years
с Блейдом,
salary
да?
if they like.
В этом нет необходимости.
That won't be necessary. The Cloud Knights were doing their duty. I should be apologizing for any damage I caused myself.
You came at a bad time. The General is busy with urgent work. You probably won't be able to meet with him today. But he did leave a message. Don Hung. Do you recognize the person on the steps?
Нет.
No. If the general isn't available, I'll come back another day.
You don't remember her? I see. I suppose the memories of your previous life really were wiped clean after the rebirth. That is Jing Liu, the previous sword champion of the Xianzhou La Fu. She was the closest friend of Imbibitor Lune, your previous incarnation. She was also the General's master. According to records of wars past, her blade has slain countless denizens of abundance. Not even the feather guards of the Wingweaver, the father wolf of the Borazon, or the gigantic mecha beast could withstand a single strike from her. She's a renowned legend.
О, волк-отец! Это мы читали про этого... Как там было? Волка... Короче, какой-то там волкоголовый был батька. Это вот волк-отец Борисенцев.
However, those are ancient stories. It's a shame that even a hero like her wasn't able to break free of Mara. It is said that in the end, Jing Liu lost her sanity and slaughtered anyone in sight. She was deemed a criminal and fled to outer worlds. With her powers, you'd think there would be no one capable of bringing her in. For some reason, she arrived on the Luofu with a suspect disguised as a traveling merchant and said she wanted to turn herself in. Her surrender came with one condition: that she be allowed a day of freedom before the trial. She wanted to travel to Scale Gorge Waterscape and meet with her old friends one last time. I can't believe Jing Yuan actually agreed. Before he left, he ordered us to accompany Jing Liu during her last day on the Luofu. We're hosting an honored guest. We're escorting a criminal.
Цинзу вдруг умолкает. Вы тоже ощущаете, как вас окутывает холодок?
Imbibitor Lune, you're here. Since you traveled all this way, why don't you come and talk with me? Or should I call you by your name in this lifetime? Don Hung.
Да, пожалуй, предпочти второе.
Master Don Hung. She's asking for you specifically.
Be careful. Don't underestimate her.
Да, мы поняли, Янцин, мы поняли тебя. О, они все наготове, на страже. Понимаемо. А те, это, сзади на расслабоне, кстати. Они такие, типа, она смотрит в эту сторону. Значит, это работа этих парней.
When I left the Cienjo, I heard they took away your scales and horns, forced you into a hatching rebirth, and detained you in the shackling prison.
Забрали твою чешую и рога.
I thought Imbibitor Lune had been wiped from this world. But then I returned to the Luofu and watched as you parted the sea. After all these years, it was a magnificent sight to behold.
Я помню тебя, но смутно. Моя прошлая жизнь окончена. Так, а мой Даньхэн, он... Я вообще за него сказала, что я не помню. Секундочку, подождите-ка. Ко мне зашла мама, сказала, что мне девочка из класса передала шоколадку, потому что ей очень понравилось со мной вчера болтать. Ой, блин, какой смех. Так, мой Даньхэн у меня решался. Ну... Оторвали рога, оторвали хвост. Ужас какой. Блин, сложный выбор. Все варианты ответа интересные. Я просто пытаюсь вспомнить, как я за него разговаривала еще на мейн-квесте, типа, когда мы бегали за него по лафу. Это тяжело вспомнить. У меня образ персонажа рассредоточился слегка. Давайте моя прошлая жизнь окончена.
The life of Imbibitor Lune ended. I stand before you, a completely different person.
I understand. The sins of a past life should be forgiven after rebirth. Now you are a nameless, traveling across the galaxy. But can anyone really bid farewell to their past? If my guess is correct, the Preceptors were unwilling to allow the Ichor line to end, and hoped for the Imbibitor Lune's resurrection. That is why they tampered with the molting rebirth, and turned you into what you are now.
Ты тоже стремишься продолжить наследование титула Верховного Старейшины. Ты хочешь заставить Пожирателя Луны заплатить за то, что он сделал? Зачем ты здесь?
You're not here to reminisce on old times. Tell me why you're here.
You didn't hear? That Vidyadhara girl explained it clear as day. I returned to the Luofu so I could surrender myself to the Alliance and atone for my sins.
Да, я так и поверил.
I did, however, have one request before the trial. I asked to be given a single day to go and see old friends, and to fulfill promises I made long ago. Jing Yuan has always been an understanding person. He heard that you would be coming and agreed to my request.
So, you're the one that mailed the letter to the Express.
That's right.
The sea's depths conceal no stone, and dragons' breaths reveal the moon. The scenery of Scale Gorge waterscape is truly as magnificent as the poems describe.
Что-то у меня этот голос вообще с очень не ассоциируется.
But as a suspect, shouldn't I be bound and interrogated in the shackling prison? Is it really appropriate to bring me to a place like this, General?
Holding you in the shackling prison would be more trouble than it's worth. For security purposes, we will be performing your trial here.
For security purposes? I suppose it's not my security you're talking about.
Я прониклась от голосом. Да, это правда. Я не буду это скрывать.
The Stellaron's descent, the Ambrosial Arbor's resurrection, the Destruction Emanator's impersonation of the Ambassador.
Захват тела посланницы эманатора нарушения.
According to the Skyfaring Commission's investigations, you arrived on the Luofu with a group of merchants, but didn't make a single trade during your stay. Your departure coincided with the day the calamities
Он
took
совершил
place.
сделку. Просто это была темная сделка.
You took advantage of the chaos to sneak into the shackling prison, but seemingly took no course of action. Now you claim that you are responsible for the Stellaron crisis and wish to surrender yourself. Your behavior truly is puzzling. I can't seem to piece together your motive.
I was asked to deliver a token in my capacity as a traveling merchant. I knew nothing of its significance. I admit I did have my own agenda for entering the shackling prison, but in the end, I found that the Luofu did not possess what I was looking for. It is through fear of punishment that I am choosing to surrender. The galaxy is a vast place, but I am merely a wanderer. It would be silly of me to think that I could outrun the Alliance.
Merely a wanderer. You're too modest, Locha. Do I need to remind you of your actions at the Eternity Fortress and the Shroud Veil Star Zone? Or must I utter that tongue twister of a name?
Зубодробительное имя? Какое имя?
Well, They don't call you the divine foresight for nothing, General.
You flatter me. Fortunately, I did my research, or this conversation would have been quite dry.
Вот кого мне учиться надо. Удачи.
Seeing that you sense something is amiss, are you looking to defend me and clear my name of
Блин, какой же
suspicion?
у Лочи хороший костюм. Но меня до сих пор вымораживают вот эти его рукава. Переход. Ну, получается, у него белые рукава, они отдельно от костюма. Либо белый это одна часть, а черный это другая часть. Ну тогда это еще более тупо. Как будто. Мне больше нравится, что вот этот черный, вот этот белый это один пиджак, и у него просто рукава отдельно. Я не люблю эти все нелогичные, блин, детали. Если не учитывать этот рукав, то у него, мне кажется, один из лучших дизайнов вообще. Ну, среди парней так точно.
That is beyond my control. Attempting to undermine the Alliance is a grave crime. According to protocol, you are to be held on the Xianzhou Shuling for a joint trial before the Ten Lords Commission and the 7 Arbiter Generals.
Сюлин Сянчжоу.
However, at present, you have the opportunity to enjoy the beautiful scenery of Scale Gorge Waterscape. It will be the last view of the Law Fu you ever lay eyes on.
She told me that the High Cloud Quintet once gathered and feasted here hundreds of years ago. The unparalleled sword techniques of your master, the mesmerizing cloud hymn magic of Imbibitor Lunae Dan Feng, the artful piloting skills of Bai Heng, the divine weapons crafted by the Juming artisan Ying Xing, and the unmatched stratagem of the general.
Божественное оружие, созданное Инсином. Интересно, что это было за оружие. Блейд, он бегает со своим оружием, которое он создал? Или он создал какое-то крутое оружие и кому-то отдал? Наверное, он со своим оружием и бегает, да? Интересно, интересно. Бесподобная хитрость
The
генерала.
5 of you vanquished evil from the world, creating legendary tales in your wake. Unfortunately, nothing lasts forever, and the High Cloud Quintet disbanded as each of you went your separate ways. You removed me from the shackling prison and decided to interrogate me here. But not for security purposes. You wish to discuss things that shouldn't be overheard.
То есть он прям много сделал различных артефактов. Прикольно. Я как-то подзабыла эту деталь его прошлого, что он вообще-то ремесленник.
You wish to discuss the one person you've avoided mentioning up to now. Your master, Jing Liu.
We can head out now. I would like to visit a few places from my memories, enjoy a glass of wine, and reminisce about the good times.
Have you mistaken yourself for a tourist?
I would make a wonderful tourist. Lower your guard, young man. I have already surrendered myself to the Alliance, and I will keep my word. Besides, your general has already agreed to my request. Imbibitor Lunae, you must accompany me. I won't take no for an answer, regardless of whether you're still interested in your previous
Я не
life.
принимаю отказы.
Accepting my
Отлично.
letter means that you've accepted my invitation.
Lead the way.
Where should we start? Should we go to Stargazer Navalia first, or to the Artisanship Commission? So many memories are swirling inside my head. I can't get a grasp on any of them. When the people of the Cienjo live to be more than 1,000 years old, each day is like carrying the weight of a mountain through an interminable maze.
How hard is it to choose a destination? We're going to Stargazer Navalia.
Просто
Problem solved.
лучший. Спасибо, пацан.
The young are the antidote. Stargazer Navalia it is.
О, только сейчас заметила, что у нее прям облачка нарисованы на повязке. Не только луна. Терпение вспыльчивому ребенку, гуляющему с бабушкой. Ну да, лучше не скажешь.
If it's star skiffs you wanted to see, we could have headed to the Jade Gate. Why did we come all the way here?
Young man, have you ever heard of Baihung, the Foxian pilot?
Baihung. I think I've seen that name somewhere before.
Вот. Понятие полета не вызывает у вас воспоминаний. В прошлой жизни вы были членом аристократической фамилии, и вам не приходилось садиться за штурвал. В этой жизни вы безымянный, и вам еще ни разу не встречался звездный явик. Но в ушах у вас почему-то звенит эхо неизвестного голоса, который становится все тревожнее по мере того, как завывает ветер.
The star skiff won't hold much longer. Hi, Elder. Catch us before it falls apart.
Imbibitor Lunae, if memories are returning to you, share them.
I think she was one of Imbibitor Lunae's comrades.
She was a comrade and friend to both Imbibitor Lunae
Блин,
and all of us.
стоят просто два этих маразматика, которые уже не помнят свою молодость, им надо пить таблетки, и пацан пытается выдерживать этих двух людей с амнезией, блин, частичной или полной, я не знаю.
Well, that's all in the past now. The reason we came to Stargazer Navalia is because I wanted to pay tribute to her here.
Huh? You mean the Foxian soul-soothing ceremony?
Yes, the sending off of a star skiff. It represents the voyage of the deceased into the stars. Due to circumstances beyond my control, I never had the chance to bid farewell to her. It is something I have regretted to this day. As for procuring a star skiff, I know they can be manufactured here, but I know nothing of the process.
I see. Follow me. I don't know anything about manufacturing star skiffs either. But getting these machines to work shouldn't be too hard. Careful. There's still Stellaron spirits lurking around.
No need to worry about the two of us.
There it is.
We've arrived. All ship production in Stargazer Navalia starts here.
Ну, Янсен в курсе, что за этих двоих не надо переживать в контексте битвы. И в курсе, что надо переживать в контексте собственной безопасности.
Just enter the command into the device. The vessel used to cultivate starskiff seeds will be activated, and a ship will appear in the skyport soon after. I remember now. I've seen Bai Hung's name in books before.
You like to read? I couldn't tell.
Никогда бы не подумала.
Hey, I don't read much, but the General forced me to finish a bunch of ancient volumes during my training. I remember one called Views of the Universe from a Star Skiff. The author's name was Bai Hung.
That's right. Bai Hung was the one who wrote that travelogue.
It was actually really interesting. 90% of it was about starskiff crashes on different worlds and dangerous situations. It also had records of local species and ecosystems. I remember thinking, how could an ace pilot crash land her starskiff so many times?
Как такой ас
And I
ухитряется
realized
как
that
раз
every
убивать
time
ялик.
she made the best of the situation and got back alive. Her luck
А
really
вот
was
это
out of this world.
стеклянно, с учетом того, что вспомнил Даньхан.
Indeed. Her luck always astonished us. Whenever she piloted a mission, you could almost guarantee a narrow escape from the jaws of some abundance behemoth, or a miraculous return from behind enemy lines. Very few star skiffs she piloted were able to return to port in one piece. The folks at the Starfaring Commission secretly referred to her as the Star Skiff Killer. She also possessed an uncanny ability to predict future events, inauspicious ones at least. Every ill omen that came out of her mouth would sure enough come true. Very few Cloud Knights had the courage to accompany her on missions. However, when it came to surviving, her fortunes were incredible. Even in the worst situations imaginable, she was always able to turn the tide. Luck is a type of strength, after all. I hope that this ship, built for the Star Skiff Killer, will also be able to return to the stars.
Ha! That'll do it. The Starskiff assembly line has been activated. The Starskiff will take shape and enter the skyport. Let's go wait for it there. It won't be long.
Thank you, young man.
See? The Starskiff is complete!
After being away from the Luofu for so long, I can finally say farewell to you.
So, what happened to Bai Hung in the end?
In the end, I do not think the details are necessary. we are here today to commemorate her. Invibitor Lune, do you still remember the battle against Shuhu?
Да, Фэн сражался в ней.
Did Dan Feng fight alongside you?
Yes, the High Elder was held in higher regard. The Cloud Knights
Блин, на
became
самом деле
wary
Рус
after
Дэнфэна,
learning of Dan
он
Feng's
типа
imminent
одновременно
arrival.
говорит,
General Tang Shao called for
я
me
уже
to
другой
guarantee the
человек, я тут
safety
просто
of the
почилить
troops.
зашел, блин. Отстаньте от меня, и одновременно такой, типа, фак. Ну что-то я помню, и это как-то со мной связано, поэтому мне все-таки интересно.
But Bai Heng didn't care about any of that. She believed that the High Elder was mortal and no different from the soldier next to her. You ran a fair share of errands for her when she was still around.
Прикольно.
Let me refresh your memory. During that battle, Bai Heng, being the headstrong girl that she was, managed to exhaust the luck that was bestowed upon her by the Rainbow Arbiter. She charged ahead and shattered the enemy's defenses, allowing the Xianzhou soldiers to break through Shuhu's sanguinary abyss and awaken you from your dragon's delirium. She was not able to walk out of that fight. We all shoulder a debt that we will never be able to repay.
За это 3 из 5 должны заплатить. Ну да, она, получается, спасла Дэньфэна. И поплатилась за это. Байхэн.
For the Cloud Knights, giving up one's life on the battlefield is an honor. But that wasn't something you believed in Invibitor Lune. You couldn't accept that Bai Heng was gone. Instead of leaving her to eternal rest, you decided to... You made a mistake that can never be undone.
Ну, если судить по конусам, он помнит, но если судить по сюжетке, помнит он довольно смутно и не особо четко.
There is no need to respond, Invibitor Lune.
Ну и то, что не связаны, да,
no
фактически
longer
не связаны.
important.
Он другой человек, но
And now
есть нюанс.
I will send
Все
off
ему тыкают в то,
this
что
Starskiff.
это его... Что он перерождение того чувака, и вокруг связывают эти две жизни, поэтому он не может ничего с этим поделать. Буквально называют его Imbibitor Lune. Был же еще этот синематик про Дэньфэна.
This was a gift handmade by him.
Там Даньфэн
Though he never got the chance to give it
сам
to
ему
you
тоже
in
сказал,
person.
типа, ха-ха-ха, ты не отвяжешься от этого прошлого, что я тебя оставил. Или что-то в этом духе. И Даньфэн просто, oh shit, here we go again. Он сделал ее сам, но так и не смог подарить лично. Инсин?
I'm sorry it took so long for me to find it. Only by bringing it to you will my nightmares be calmed. I will fulfill what you asked of me. I will keep my word, even if it requires me to cut down the stars in the sky. Let's go. The Artisanship Commission is next.
Угу. Этот квестик подлиннее первого. Ну, тут еще рассуждаю между делом.
Since the Arbor's resurrection, the land has been crawling with abominations. Even the Artisanship Commission's prized creation furnace is hanging on by a thread.
Будешь жаловаться на этот квест? Почему?
The crisis happened too suddenly. All the craftsmen and apprentices fled. Only a single master craftsman was left to hold the line until reinforcements arrived. That's how the creation furnace was saved.
Interesting. Stubborn beyond valuing his own life. That reminds me of an extremely arrogant acquaintance. If he were to see the chaos of the Artisanship Commission today, he would burst into laughter at the Xianzhou's incompetence.
What's that supposed to mean? What's wrong with saving your own life and waiting for the Cloud Knights to arrive?
And yet where were the Cloud Knights when danger was at the door? From what I heard, it was a group of Outworlders that came to the rescue.
Привет. Даньхэн, буквально один из этих каких-то.
The Luofu's delves are big places. Besides, some of the troops were
Ладно,
deployed to
его
the
не
Yao Qing's
назовешь
campaign.
немецом все-таки.
The Cloud Knights were spread thin. It was impossible to guard everywhere at once.
Young man, why don't we continue our previous contest? Show me whether the sword techniques you are so proud of have improved.
You just want me to do all the work. You think I'm gonna grant endless requests for a criminal?
You go on ahead this time. We'll meet up at the creation furnace.
Why did you send him away?
It is of no importance. But you and I haven't had a decent contest in ages.
I don't plan on fighting.
I'm not asking you to point your spear at me. Could it be that the abominations here aren't enough to motivate you? The moon shines on the truth. Even after your rebirth, your moves and techniques haven't changed one bit.
When I move, It's like
you never forgot. Unworthy. Blade of moonlight. In lunar flame.
Come on already. What took you so long this time?
Лол.
Don't get anxious, Imbibitor Lunae. We have all the time in
Блин,
the
ну просто
world.
умора. We have the time of the whole world.
Something's not right. Don't think about running.
This spear still recognizes you as its master. Imbibitor Lunae, do you know who crafted it for you?
it's been with me ever since my exile. I don't remember when I started wielding it.
Lend me your strength.
Merciful Medicus!
Protect me! Protect me!
These are devils! I'll crush them all!
Lend me your strength. To guard and defend. Crush them.
Ты пропустила, что Дзинлю сказала... Спросила у Даньхана, знает ли он, что для него... Даньхан ответил, что... Он не помнит, что оно было с самого начала с ним.
Lend me your strength.
Еще до этого я поорала с того, что Дзинлю смотрела на пацана, который бежит вперед. И
You
такая,
can
у
continue
нас с
to
тобой есть все
convince
время мира,
yourself that
чтобы
you are
поболтать,
merely the
Данхан.
reincarnation of Danfeng and have nothing to do with his sins. And you can keep insisting that you have forgotten everything. But you cannot run from combat, Danheng. Your spearmanship is identical to Imbibitor Lunae's. Combat is like smelting, purging the impurities with burning flames and exposing a person's true nature. Those are the words of the one who made Cloudpiercer for you. Do you remember? Out of all of us, you were the closest to him. It was strange, really, to see someone so arrogant get along with someone so proud.
Да, интересно. А кого она из них назвала надменным, а кого гордецом? Кто у нас proud? А кто у нас... Какое она там слово использовала? Arrogant. Ну, мне кажется, он мог это и понять просто даже. Мне просто интересно постараться вспомнить. Имя человека ускользает от вас, как гонимый ветром листок. Кажется, что вы вот ухватите, но в последний момент оно уплывает из пальцев.
I'd rather leave this world in a blaze than live until the end of time. I will let all of the Xianzhou know that a brief moment of my life is worth more than their long and meaningless lives.
О, это даже интереснее, чем сразу понять.
you still remember his name. When he was but a child, he swore to take revenge on the abominations. That's what drove him to travel across the stars to the Cienjo to receive training. When I first met him, he wasn't even as tall as my sword. But he was boasting about mastering all the crafts of the Artisanship Commission by the time he was 100 years old. The little brat was no less arrogant than the High Elder.
Ага, arrogant, это значит Blade.
At first, I wasn't too fond of his defiant nature. But when we met again, he was able to craft weapons that astonished the Master Craftsman. He even snatched the Artisanship Commission title of Furnace Master. Unfortunately, the Alliance would never allow a short-life species to run the Artisanship Commission. He was only able to prove his worth alongside us outcasts in the end.
You didn't go easy just so I would get here first, did you?
Ты понял.
Of course not. Your technique must have improved so much that I simply couldn't keep up with you.
Как же она угорает.
So, are we here to commemorate your short-life species friend?
Eavesdropping is a bad habit. Besides, when did I ever say he was no longer in this world?
Even the cryocapsules wouldn't be able to extend the life expectancy of a short-life species for long. If he is still alive, he must be ancient.
Он невероятно прав. Он стал долгоживущим?
He transformed into a long-life species?
Correct. Such are the twists of destiny. Some people are born with unparalleled foresight and exceptional intelligence, but make the most ill-advised choices at destiny's crossroads. As smart as he was, he made the foolish attempt to use the flesh of the Abundance Emanator to aid Imbibitor Lunae in resurrecting his deceased companion.
Так вот, что они сделали. Ну тогда вот они, блин, трое, кто должны заплатить. Исключая саму Байхэн и Дин Юаня. Хотя при чем тут Дзинлю? Дзинлю пока непонятно.
His stupidity turned him into a monster, cursed with immortality. His soul was shattered and became the evil that he hated most. The irony.
Они так переглянулись.
For an old friend, you don't seem to have that much pity.
I gave him a second chance. Does that not count?
What did you do to him?
He should have been eternally jailed in the shackling prison for his crimes. But I gave him a different kind of freedom. I took the shell that once held his soul and passed my sword techniques on to him. I let him die 100 deaths to remind him of the karma of his previous life. Afterward, I heard he was reborn and even gave himself a name. We've idled too long. Let's head to the Alchemy Commission.
Земля поехала крышей, убила множество невиновных, пока пыталась остановить Инсина и Луна.
As a follower of the Rainbow Arbiter, you have witnessed the catastrophe brought upon by the plague's author, General. Living beings turning into undying monsters, eventually used as sacrifices to the abundance.
Если брать за основу цели Отто, как мы помним, он хотел возродить там, ну, свою возлюбленную. В таком случае ему невероятно интересны, конечно, именно Блейд и Даньхэн должны быть. Если у него так похожая роль. Но что-то мне подсказывает, что у него может быть даже противоположная роль в сюжете. Что он будет пытаться остановить подобное. Но я не знаю. Непонятно пока. Еще я квест-лочи не прошла.
What do you think should be done to put an end to it, General?
The Alliance follows the Rainbow Arbiter's edict to continue ridding the world of evil, so that one day Yaoshi might be vanquished and the cycle of life and death restored.
Under the auspices of the Rainbow Arbiter, the faithful Cloud Knights continue the hunt. Their devotion and sacrifices are indeed commendable, but their devotedness has made them close-minded.
Спасибо, бро.
Take me, for example. My powers originate from the Abundance, yet my goals are aligned with the Alliance. The Hunt is not the only faction in the universe that wants Yaoshi dead. It is natural for short-life species to yearn for immortality. That is expected of any intelligent life form. To want to eliminate these thoughts would be equivalent to killing an eon. Such a goal is so impossible as to be laughable, to be honest.
О, там радуга сзади. Ага.
So, in order to sever Yaoshi's curse,
Это Лань
one
подслушивает.
must look to the source for a different solution. Your master happened upon a revelation and returned from the Mara. She has traveled many worlds and discovered a solution.
I'm listening.
I apologize, General. I'm afraid the next move will have to be made on the Shu Ling.
As I expected. Your surrender is just the next step in your scheme. You wish to avail yourself of the Ten Lords' decree to enter Shu Ling and stand before the 6 generals, even the Marshal. That is your true agenda.
Ну, там какие-то солусы на фоне. Ужас какой.
And the purpose of the contents of your coffin.
General, you said it yourself. This is beyond your control. It is the law of the Alliance. We cannot deviate from it.
А, какая лиса.
Splendid, well done. This was a spectacular move.
You've changed, Jin Yuan.
Играют в шахматы просто. Дин Юань и Лочи.
The man I knew would never have admitted he was bested.
Ахаха. О. Окей. Ну, конечно.
Order's already been restored to the Alchemy Commission. Why are we here?
I heard the healer lady is capable of curing all diseases. I'm here for the same reason anyone would be. For a checkup and consultation. Patience, young man. We're not far from Scale Gorge Waterscape. The mission the General tasked you with is about to come to an end.
Пацанчики болтают. Обкашливаются.
Dunhung? What a surprise! Are you not feeling well? Please, come this way.
Miss Bailu. She's here for a consultation.
Oh, I see. Are you here for your eyes? Or is it something else?
My eyes are fine. I cover them to avoid seeing that which reminds me of the past and riles my inner demons. My thoughts have been disordered lately, and I experience occasional night terrors. Do you have a way to soothe my mind, Dragon Lady?
Those symptoms don't sound like my area of expertise. But who cares? The healers of the Alchemy Commission don't get to pick and choose their patients. Give me your hand. We'll start by checking your pulse. You'll need to take some translucent worms so I can take a closer look.
Да, интересная медицина на лафу.
Your hand! It's freezing! Please wait. Dunhung, can I speak to you for a minute?
Блин, какая она хорошенькая. Я заберу ее с 300.
Your friend here has a very peculiar condition. Her pulse is extremely faint. Normally, this would mean that she...
Что лечения нет?
There's no cure.
Let the healer make the professional diagnosis. Your friend's situation is unique. She looks healthy, but her hands are cold as ice. It feels like there's a dark current running and pulsing between her core esse and her veins. I've never seen anything like it. With more research, I might be able to make a new entry in the medical records. Can you and your friend come back for follow-up visits?
She's a criminal. That's up to the Cloud Knights and the Ten Lords Commission.
Oh, talk about not judging a book by its cover. She looks so kind and elegant. How could she be a criminal? Not my concern. I'll do my best. No matter what I administer, she's gonna need to drink a ton of warm water from this point on. Come with me. I'll prescribe her some soul-returning vitality infusion. It won't cure her, but I'll... Wait! Where did my big medicine box go? I'm sorry. Ever since the disciples of Sanctus Medicus were expelled, things have been a mess around here. Tanhung, you mind coming with me to retrieve my medicine? I could use your skills.
Are you in trouble, Dragon Lady? I'll come along as well.
Блин, состояние Янцы на весь квест — это просто мут.
It's no bother. A little walk will do me good.
Ah.
Мне этот мир уже абсолютно понятен. Да-да-да.
It's around here somewhere. Hey! Give me back my medicine box! That thing runs so fast! Don't let it get away!
Тут что-то произошло. Что-то пошло не так. Ну, предположим.
There is an even bigger monster protecting this one!
Байлу, ты от него сейчас убегала.
When did so many creatures start visiting the Alchemy Commission?
Careful.
Блин. Был какой-то мем. Блин, это же было в этом, в квесте на Пиноконе, где, типа, я защищу эту девушку любой ценой. Вот, мне кажется, это вообще в целом мут всего квинтета по отношению к Байхену, и сейчас по отношению к Байлу тоже. Типа, мы защитим эту девушку, чего бы нам этого не стоило.
Allow me to eliminate these obstacles, Dragon Lady. Stand back. The chill of my sword freezes everything in its path.
We can't do this!
Forward!
Some value as eternal.
Tedious.
Lend me your strength.
Stand down. Blade of moonlight. All will be revealed in lunar flame.
There's more to life.
Blade free.
All right, let me make sure nothing's missing.
Успокоим.
The calming
вам
valerian
нужен
and chi
успокоим?
strengthening infusions are here. Let's head back. Never make a
Сколько вам
patient wait
отсыпать
too long.
успокоительно?
Apologies again for the delay. This prescription won't cure you, but it will nourish your body and calm your mind.
Very well. The fate of a long-life species is inevitable, even with the best doctors.
You're Mara-struck? I don't see the symptoms in you at all. What with the incident on the Law Fu, I've treated a number of Mara-stricken patients recently. They all presented with signs of incoherence, delirium, or or frightening physical mutations. You don't seem to have any of that.
I made a deal that allowed me to retain what
Она
life I had
заключила
left in
темную
me.
сделку.
I may be sane, but one thing is certain.
Вот за это они
My
все и должны
mind is
заплатить.
already at its limit. And yet, I still have many unfulfilled wishes and plenty of unfinished business.
I see. So you've learned to live with your illness. I can't help much with issues of the spirit, but the medical records do mention that calming the mind is a way to heal the body. If you're able to forget about the past, there might be a chance for your symptoms to regress.
Really? How unfortunate. My hatred overshadows my other emotions. I chose to hold on to it, to embrace it, and to use it to maintain my existence. All I have left are the sword in my hand and my hatred of the past. If I am without either of them, I would fall into an empty void. Thank you for your advice, Dragon Lady. Meeting you has provided more healing than any kind of medicine or remedy. By the way, among those you've treated in recent days, did you notice
Блин,
a
ну,
person
конечно,
in
был.
bandages?
Вообще людей, не только людей, часто приходится перебинтовывать.
Bandages? That's a vague description, you know. I'm not sure. We get injured patients from all over the Xianzhou for treatment. And the number of injuries we see has skyrocketed since the Ambrosial Arbor crisis.
The person I'm inquiring about is tall, with a serious expression. He also carries a crude sword with him at all times. Have you seen someone like that, Dragon Lady?
Dragon Lady.
Oh, yes! Someone came by today that matches that description. He must have suffered some kind of sword wound. He had a strong scent of blood. Though, from the way he behaved, it must have been fairly minor. He didn't even take the medicine I prescribed.
Все захотели навестить
He's
Байбу.
probably looking for a different kind of medicine.
Яд?
Well then, it would seem that everything is in place. Let's go meet our old friend.
Блин, ну квест классный, конечно. Очень интересный. Это, блин, сюжет. Они часть сюжета запихнули в квест. Жесть.
Take this man away. This does not involve him.
Да, пошел. Пошел.
Yanqing.
And so, everyone is present. I never thought the High Cloud Quintet would be able to gather again in the same place after hundreds of years. If I remember correctly, the five of us made a promise here 7 centuries ago. We promised that no matter what happened, we would gather here together and share a drink. How sad that Scale Gorge waterscape remains empty while the world continues to turn. Some of us have been reborn, while others were denied death. Some have become criminals, while others can no longer fulfill their promises. And in the end, our friendship is
Блин,
no more.
интересно, вот 4 человека стоят, и если нарисовать схему взаимоотношений каждого с каждым, они все будут тяжелыми. Но самое нормальное отношение, наверное, у Юаня и Даньхэна, но тоже с нюансами, потому что Даньхэн переродился и все такое.
Soon, I will be shackled and tried. This will be the last you see of me. This is why I sent out the invitations before departing, hoping that everyone would be gathered here for my final
И Блейд
farewell.
такой, I wish I were you просто.
Of 5 people, 3 must pay a price. Imbibitor Lunae, the chief culprit, chose to use the transmutation arcanum as a means of resurrection, begetting terrible transformation and great calamity in the process. He dishonored the name of the fallen. Ying Sing, the accomplice, arrogant and oblivious, used the flesh of the Abundance Emanator to assist Imbibitor Lunae in his evil. He fell, becoming an immortal abomination. As for Jing Liu, the sinner, she succumbed to Mara, slaughtered her people, and abandoned her oath. Now it is time we pay for what we have done.
И судья мировой, да?
Dan Heng, you can never escape the shadow of Imbibitor Lunae. He is your origin, and his sins will accompany you in your path forward until you meet your eventual doom. Blade, what a fitting name. In the remainder of your infinite life, you will experience only murder and your own death, all the while pleading for a place to rest. This is the only way you are able to relinquish Ying Sing's regrets. And I will face the punishment of the Alliance and suffer an eternal punishment before paying an even worse price. That is the only way to keep the memory of the pain of the past from fading away. High Cloud Quintet. It is time to say goodbye.
Угу. А где Даньхан? А где Даньхан? Где он? Ну, с Блейдом-то я поговорила, а Даньхан-то где-то. Или считается... Нет, мы же за землю сейчас бегаем. Ладно. Я все-таки есть Даньхан, да? Да, я, наверное, и есть Даньхан. Он спокойно смотрит на нас, и все? Холодно. Окей. Ладно.
A wineless gathering, accompanied by only sadness and bitterness. What a depressing reunion. Jing Yuan, is it not time you sent me to the Shuling?
The laws of the Alliance cannot be subject to change. Unfortunately, your next stop will be the Yuchi. I reported everything to the Marshal, and the Seer strategist
Ну
just
да,
so
он
happened to take
получается
an
как
interest
судья
in the
для своих
case.
же друзей. Я, блин,
They
открою
set
вам
up a
текст,
Deca-like
который
reflection
Ханя в
barrier
сообщении
in hopes of
прислала.
meeting the two of you beforehand.
Это, видимо, была отсылка на квинтет, блин. Прозорливый стратег Яо Гуан Цю Цюэ проявил интерес к делу. Угу.
Jing Yuan, you haven't changed at all. Always trying to destroy the plans of others. But in the end, whether it be you, me, the Cloud Knights, or the generals of the Rainbow Arbiter, we are all just pawns in a game of the gods. I am sick and tired of treading on a predetermined path. No matter, I will deviate if you insist. But this does not change how things will end. Ultimately, I will stand on the side of victory.
Then I shall see this gamble through.
Wait. Jingliu, before you leave, you still owe me my due.
I have tried. Besides inflicting more wounds on your body, there is nothing else I can do for you. The immortality that you possess is not something that can be dealt with so easily. I am sure Destiny's Slave already told you that the swords of mortals are incapable of killing someone with the flesh of an emanator.
He did. But you still owe me the attempt.
I told you when I taught you the way of the sword. I am uninterested in drawing my blade against someone who does not long for life, who wants only to be slaughtered.
You will only draw against an opponent. Jingliu, allow me to repay you for your teachings.
Savor the moment. I will deliver you a brief moment of death. We were here once, 700 years ago. Laughing, sparring, and thinking about the future. Their faces still linger before my eyes, like a bygone dream. I thought those joyful days would flow indefinitely before us, like a Xianzhou lifetime. Yet, dreams will eventually fade like clouds from the sky.
A familiar feeling. Almost as if we've returned to my first sword lesson. You used the sword Insing crafted, and pierced, sliced, and impaled me time and time again. The swordplay used to slay our enemies of old is still engraved on this despicable shell. All I can do is watch my flesh become severed, healed, and restored. It's as if they're saying, why? Why did you and Imbibitor Lunae commit such an unforgivable sin?
Wow.
I know that you have no interest in my answer. Which is why I asked the question as you looked me straight in the eye. I've asked myself that same question infinite times, but was never able to find the answer. Why? Why is it that only the abominations can return time and time again? Why does someone like her have to be buried, burned to ash, and eventually forgotten? Why? In the end, you unleashed the final piercing blow and left both me and the sword in the withered grave. The miraculous thing is that in my brief moment of death, all the pain went away. Like when we drank to drown our sorrows.
Imbibitor Lunae, what do you plan on doing next?
Once this gathering ends, I will return to the Express to continue my journey.
The Express won't be able to carry you forever. Your friends all have burdens of their own, just as we did back then. I did think about giving up on revenge and letting go of everything when I fled the Luofu years ago. However, as time passed, it became more and more clear. It was like an old friend that accompanied me every passing day, always nagging in my ear. The memories of what I did when I was Mara-struck are deeply rooted. Since I am unable to rid myself of them, I decided to face them head-on in the end. Maybe when I witness the fall of the abundance, you and Ying Sing will find true release. Goodbye, Imbibitor
Блин, а ведь
Lunae.
это и Даньхэнов коснется, что ли? Мне казалось, что только Инсин погибнет, если изобилие погибнет. Хотя вообще, если изобилие погибнет, то в принципе долгоживущие расы, по идее, должны как-то измениться. Блин. Так.
She couldn't do it with her sword either. She still couldn't do it.
Да, тут нечего сказать. Они вдвоем этим занимались. Они вдвоем совершили эту ошибку, да? Тут можно только холодно посмотреть.
We have no choice but to continue the pursuit. This is the price the two of us must pay.
I will see it through.
Elio's script still requires you to stay alive. For now. I don't mind prolonging my vengeance. It might be more interesting that way.
Да, он как бы... Это не он, это Даньхэн, а не Даньпен. И тут проблема в том, что пока Даньхэн нынешний не разберется с этой проблемой, они продолжат навязывать ее ему. Поэтому ему от этого уже никак не отвертеться. Квест называется, поймите, почему Даньхэн закрылся в комнате. Еще на несколько квестов.
She's gone. All this must have seemed like a silly performance to someone newly reborn. But I am unable to prevent my old friends from taking sides against one another. Who you are is a question that only you can find the answer to.
Вот. Дин Юань поясняет то, что происходит. Ну, типа, и Блейд, и Дин Лю воспринимают его, типа, Даньхэна, как прошлого Даньфэна, и поэтому гоняются за ним. А Даньхэн знает, что он теперь другой, и что у него там своя какая-то роль, своя цель. И Дин Юань это тоже понимает. Ну вот, вопрос, на который только ты можешь дать ответ. Даньхэн в итоге сам решит, как это все раскрутится, но при этом он неминуемо столкнется с Блейдом и Цзинлю, и их проблему, их отомщение, он с ними будет разбираться в любом случае. В надежде, что когда-нибудь эта история закончится, и он может побыть собой.
Even if the Preceptor's interference denied you a true rebirth.
Он решил не слушать тирады Дин Юаня.
Yes. It has been a long day for you, Dan Heng.
Dan Heng, the General wants me to forget about everything I saw today.
Вряд ли ты сможешь забыть.
I understand.
Он сам попросил его
These disputes are
сопровождать.
far too complicated for me
Было
right now.
ожидаемо, что он узнает
Swordplay is a
лишнего.
lot simpler.
Фехтование куда проще, да. Это генерал статек.
I have some close friends of my own in the Cloud Knights. Will we fall out the way you guys did?
Даньхэн это не церемонится ни с кем здесь.
Goodbye for now, Dan Heng. I hope the next time we meet, it'll be under happier circumstances.
Мгм. Прикольно, что это сообщение от нас. Да, хорошо ответил. Ничего не скажешь. А, Уровень мазохизма вернулся на экспресс ради кофе химика. Хм. А как долго длится квест Март? Он длинный? Мы за часик его пройдем? Ну, квест Зенлю, блин, я как будто фильм посмотрела. Серьезно. Ну, тут сказать нечего, конечно. Я понимаю, что вряд ли другие квесты такие же длинные. И да, ты сказала про то, что только Квинтет получил такое внимание. Я просто надеюсь, что они что-то похожее с таким же вниманием разработают еще в будущем. Или, может быть, сейчас на Пиноконе кто-то получит такое же внимание. Ирила, да, Ирила вообще изначально незаслуженно, типа, уделялось гораздо меньше времени и сюжета какого-то, не знаю. Так. Угу.
Good morning. Is work going well today, Master Diviner? I am extremely busy of late. If you have something to ask of me, do not delay. You were about to say something along the lines of, how did you know I wanted to ask something? But then you remembered who you were talking to and decided not to bother, correct? A face is not a reliable instrument of divination. On the contrary, I run a dozen hexagrams before I even get around to breakfast. The results are never far wrong.
Бла-бла-бла, какие мы важные.
Today's divinations threw up some unexpected complications. The hexagrammatic position was facilitating between the water and heaven trigrams. The matrix of prescience gave the following interpretation. You will have 3 uninvited guests. This is ultimately auspicious. Ultimately auspicious? Wow, sounds pretty good to me. Seems like we really were destined to meet today,
Я,
then.
кстати, все еще жду, когда, блин, Ярил получит больше 5-звездочных персонажей. И меня просто это убивает. Типа, посчитать, сколько 5 звездок дали Лафу и сколько дали Ярила. Ну, там очень мало. Ну, из стандартов броня получается. И вроде все, да? Там кто там у нас? Янцин, Вельт, Химика, Байлу, броня, я кого-то... и Гепард. Гепард двое. И Зелье. И все. Трое.
You know, I see you've been using the Matrix of Prescience to divine into Kafka's past. Well, I have a similar request.
У нас сегодня день
You wish to use the Matrix to relive the past and awaken parts of your memory? Viable in principle, but whether the Matrix is truly capable of achieving this result remains to be seen.
I knew it. Things are never simple, are
Кто
they?
третий непрошенный гость?
Kafka's situation was different. I feel I must explain in detail the principles behind the Divination Commission's ultimate weapon to avoid any misunderstandings. The Matrix of Prescience does not allow one to remember anything. It merely collects data in order to infer past events, in the same way that future events are inferred. Just as Realm Keeping Commission officers collect forensic evidence to recreate the scene of a crime, there are materials from which we can infer the past. These may be items related to the experience, or memories of the people involved. Miss March's predicament is very different from Kafka's situation, because she doesn't remember what happened in her past. I am no medical professional, but fortunately I'm very fond of reading. We understand that there are two types of memory loss. One where the memories remain dormant, floating around in the unconsciousness unable to be awakened. And another
Да,
that
интересно,
involves
какой у нас
direct erasure
вариант.
of memories from the brain.
Who would do such a horrible, mean thing?
Why don't we try using the Matrix of Prescience to determine which situation pertains to Miss March? Let's begin then by preparing the requisite inference materials. Miss March, your memory is unreliable. To guarantee the Matrix's accuracy, you'll have to provide something related to your past experience. Anything will do.
С чем там она проснулась у нас?
When you're ready, come and find me in the Matrix core.
Фотик был с ней уже или нет, интересно?
The diviner said I need to provide something from my past experiences. What should it be? How about a Xianzhou souvenir?
Я думала с прошлым, которое прям совсем в прошлом.
101010.
Куда нас хотят? Окей.
So, have you acquired something from your past? As a nameless, surely you must have souvenirs from your journeys that could evoke memories.
I've got lots. It's just, I don't know what to choose.
На разрешении сияет безостенчивая улыбка Март. Внизу написано: Март 7, исследователь уровня 1. Вы смутно припоминаете, что уровни исследователей начинаются со второго. Единственная работа, до которой допустили бы исследователя первого уровня, это уборка туалета.
Something related to your work. Good.
Не пойдет. Она никогда там не работала. А, корешок от билета на экспрессе.
Proof that I boarded the express. The conductor gave me this.
Memories from the Astral Express? That should do the trick.
Геосущность.
So shiny and pretty. I picked up this little guy in Belobog's underworld.
Вечно ты все подбираешь. Вернем правду дикому. Уверена, что правда не
How could
радиоактивна.
something so beautiful be unsafe?
Это вопрос не про тебя, Март? Может быть, ты опасна на самом деле?
I can understand a young girl's fondness for glittering gemstones.
Чашечка радости небожителя. У Сюан не нашлось комментария на этот счет.
One of my fondest memories on the Xianzhou.
No comment. I happen to prefer Star Taro bubble tea. Is that it? Miss March, are you not able to provide possessions from before you lost your
Да,
memory?
я о том же. Кусок льда, дай ей.
Before I lost my memory? So, something I don't remember getting? Even then, I couldn't be sure it was from before I lost my memory, right?
It may be strange to you, but to infer the past, I need materials that were pertinent at that time. Could you try recalling some memories again?
From before the memory loss, before the express. I'm sorry, Master Diviner. When Himiko found me in the ice, I was stark naked, like a newborn baby. I didn't have any items with me. And before you ask, no, I don't have any of that ice lying around. It melted away not long after I was rescued.
А что насчет шестифазного льда?
Oh yeah! You sure are a smart cookie. My six-phased ice ability must date from before the memory loss. Master Diviner, any ice I create should do, right?
It should indeed. I'll have someone place the material in the base of the terminal of the Matrix. Miss March, please position yourself in the Matrix core. We may begin our inference whenever you are ready.
Мгновение спустя базовый терминал пришел в движение. Талисманы Мастерцы ярко засияли. Время пришло.
The Matrix has clear diagnostics. Miss March,
Я забыла
are you
подойти к
ready yet?
Март. Ну ладно.
I'm pretty sure I should be almost kinda ready to go.
Please be prepared. Not all memories are suitable for reawakening. People carry with them much pain and suffering.
Стелла высокая. Стелла, по-моему, как химика, нет?
If you're not
Хотя
ready,
вряд
we
ли,
can
да?
pause the inference process.
Хотя, может
I would
быть.
never wish for good intentions to result in harm.
I'm okay. Let's do it. Only way to find out is to give it a go.
Very well. I will soon connect you to the Matrix of Prescience Ultima, where the Matrix will read your memories and guide you back into your past. If you reach a block in your memory, the Matrix will use the data gathered to derive a scenario and construct a possible past for you.
Got it. Oh, can she join me too?
I'm sorry, That would be highly inadvisable. You form the nexus of the Matrix's inference.
Да, у меня
She
тут
would
вообще
only introduce redundant data
Стелларон
to
во
the
мне,
system.
там сломается матрица нафиг.
In other words, inside the memory palace that the Matrix constructs, the only person you'll be able to count on is yourself.
Ты справишься.
Don't worry. I can communicate with you from outside the Matrix and manipulate the recollection process to a certain extent. Let's begin.
Ой, я могу это... Здесь долгая жизнь дает почву вечной памяти, что таит в себе бесконечное страдание. Здесь инстинкт самосохранения накапливает коллективную память, что таит в себе бесконечное сожаление. Здесь помноженная мудрость сеет множественную память, что таит в себе бесконечный поиск. И здесь питает память, что таит в себе там, где нет памяти, царит пустота. Классно. А, мы не можем с ним говорить, ладно.
May we proceed?
Долго загружаюсь. А, подождите, ДДшка же нужна. Давайте Даньхана возьмем. А то я пожалела в прошлый раз, что мы его не взяли. Ой, я ему сегодня дала конус первого уровня. Ладно. Anyway.
The Matrix of Prescience has reconstructed your past. Before you is a space generated from the memories and items you provided as raw materials.
И я. И Вельт.
Are you okay, Miss March?
I'm good. Everything seems normal.
You have a strong constitution. Most individuals feel nauseous after being presented with a dizzying excess of information provided by the Matrix.
I must be seeing things. Why are there two Fushens here?
Я тоже обратила на это внимание.
Your eyes are working just fine. One of the Fushwens is a projection of me which allows us to communicate with each other at all times. The other Fushuen indicates that I existed during this part of your experience.
What experience is this? It looks like the healer's market.
Спокойной ночи.
Unless I'm mistaken, this must be the time we broke into the Alchemy Commission.
Really? That can't be right. I remember there were lots of Cloud Knights in the plaza.
Well, this is just a Matrix inference, remember?
Фусяня, это... Она сейчас сама не понимает, что происходит, и пытается объяснить все, что видит на ходу.
Try communicating with the Fushuen you see over there. We should hear what the Master Diviner has to say.
О, боже мой. Укажите на ненастоящую Фусюань, вы угораете?
Miss Fushuen, is that you?
Wrong, Fushuan. Talk to the other one.
Я знала, что она так это отреагирует.
Miss Fushuan, is that you?
If we want to resolve the Stellaron crisis, we must refine the question. What is the crux of the problem? Generally, it is believed that when one seizes on the crux of a the problem will split open like bamboo on the edge of a knife. Nobody could have foreseen the catalyzing effect of the Stellaron on the ambrosial arbor. As the ancients said, blessings bring about misfortune and vice versa. Nature has its own algorithm, and it is precisely when fate wins betwixt blessing and misfortune that I, a master diviner of masterful proportions, am called on to save the people of the Lafu.
What the heck is she talking about? Master Diviner, did you actually say that at the time? I can't remember.
It would appear that in Miss March's estimation, I'm somewhat of a blabbermouth.
No, I've always seen you as a masterful Master Diviner.
Despite the obvious distortions in this experience, the base materials from which it is composed are taken from your actual memory. There is no falsehood here. In other words, your subconscious mind thinks that I talk in tongue twisters.
Ну, я и так знаю, что в процессе этого квеста мы ничего не узнали. Так что я пришла страдать в любом случае.
It's mainly just that I can't always comprehend the lofty ideals and principles you discuss.
Forget it. Now is not the time for losing one's temper. If the inferred experience is distorted, we should focus on filtering out each distortion one by one. Otherwise, we won't be able to trace your memories back any further.
This is getting a little complicated. Is there a simpler explanation?
Draw your bow and fire an arrow at that Fushuan.
Интересно. Блин, вот на таких моментах было бы очень прикольно, если бы они не вставляли, блин, рандомных NPC. Даньхан не переживет. А реально вставляли бы персонажа какого-нибудь в ослабленной форме. Меня просто реально достало. Просто достало.
All things in this world, human creations.
The truth of life and death.
Когда ты подходишь к одному персу, а выходят какие-то непонятные, блин,
Too late to repent.
Lend me your strength.
Time for a fun.
This is double speed. Lend me your strength. To guard and defend. Crush them. Together as one.
Time for a fun.
That freaked me out. I don't like people suddenly deciding to fight me. Now let's see who's here. Ting Yun, Welt, General Jing Yuan, and also her.
Her.
I don't have to fight all of them, right? The Master Diviner was easy peasy, but I don't think I could take General Jing Yuan.
Easy peasy? The interference factor creating the distortion here should only have one source. That is, the person present who shouldn't be.
So I have to pick someone and clear them of interference?
Exactly. My projection will disappear for the moment so as to not cloud your judgment. If you can hear my voice, then it means I'm watching over you.
You're the best, Master Diviner.
I hope the best version of me can overwrite the gloriously absurd version that lives in your subconsciousness.
The person present who shouldn't be. Who could that be?
Ща, секунду. А, не, 60-й, не все так плохо. Ну давай мы тебя временно переоденем. Понятно. Я давно так не ошибалась. Ну ладно. Я была уверена, что он у меня вкачанный. Какие-то челы. Меня интересует вот эта женщина.
Roll up, roll up! Miss March, would you like to take a look at the latest edition of the Xianzhou Beauty Index? The chance of drawing a Luofu Playboy card is super high right now.
Miss Tingyun, it's great to see you so happy, but I can't help feeling a little sad.
The past is in the past. What is there to feel sad about? Live every day as if it were your last. Don't be sad.
General, hello! General? General Jingyuan?
А вот мне запомнился он как очень болтливый дядя.
Jingyuan? Oh, what's his deal? Who falls asleep standing up anyway?
This is clearly your subconscious projecting onto the General.
I remember now. The General wasn't there when we broke into the Alchemy Commission. Looks like we found the source of our distortion. Mr. Yang, hi there.
March, get ready. The next fight is going to be very dangerous.
Huh? Which next fight?
Stay focused. Fantilia is headed for the Ambrosial Arbor. If we don't stop the Lord Ravager, it'll be a catastrophe.
Okay, all right. Got it.
Another thing. The future is what's most important for us. Don't you agree, March?
Эти все философские фразочки от всех, да?
What?
Не зацикливайся на прошлом. Живи настоящим. Смотри в будущее. Я чувствую, что это будет главным посылом.
Dwelling on memories can numb your sense of the present and inhibit future ambitions.
Miss Fushen, do people in memories always say weird stuff like this?
The distortions we are experiencing are unorthodox.
Hey, fancy seeing you here.
Да, такое я люблю. Это троллинг, да?
Hey, it's fine if you don't want to talk in real life, but this is my memory, so it's my rules. Come on, say something.
Something.
Это на меня похоже, да.
Seriously?
We have similar recollections of her.
Хочу умереть.
Leave your memories in the past. They have no place in the present.
Did you hear that, Master Diviner? Now she's talking weird.
Must we clear all the wrong options?
Да.
It's called perfectionism.
Да. Блин, я бы даже побольше искажений поубивала бы.
General, hello. General. What's it?
This is clear.
I remember.
March 7th.
You scared me. Why'd you wake up so suddenly?
Are you not satisfied with your life as it is?
I'm satisfied.
Then why are you obsessing over the past?
This battle is unavoidable.
Human creations.
Lend me your strength.
The sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
Прям мне хочется Дантана закачать. Надо будет на это прерваться.
Lend me your strength. To guard and defend. Crush them.
Time for a fun.
У меня там с артефактами, в принципе, у всех проблем. Кроме сервал, мне кажется. Мне надо перебрать тупо всех. Смерть.
This is double speed. To guard and defend. Crush them.
The sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
Converge and awaken.
Human creations.
Блин, ну, Мемса, скажи что-нибудь, мне очень понравился.
What is that?
I know what this is. It's a Bellabog heater. Wait a minute. What's a Bellabog heater doing at the healer's market?
Создание Март просто мусорка.
Looks like part of one
Ладно,
experience
это
has
мое
infiltrated
сознание
another.
мусорка, а у Март просто
A foreign
хаос.
object, so to speak.
A foreign object? That sounds like a medical issue. Will it require surgery?
No. I believe the object is a sign of the Matrix purging distortion. It has managed to trace back to another one of your experiences. Make contact with the object. Let's see if we can jump over into that experience. Bellabog. I've seen that name somewhere in the astral charts. There are many similar star systems on the Xianzhou trade routes. Unfortunately,
Март гением не
all
была.
of them
Откуда
lost
ты знаешь,
contact
кем
after
она
the
была?
appearance of the Antimatter Legion.
Yeah, Bellabog is a kind of snowy doomsday city. There are heaters like this all over the place. Otherwise, people wouldn't survive. Come on, Master Diviner. I'll give you a whirlwind tour of Belobog.
Я опять не поговорила. Но я не могу, да? Окей. Я спокойна.
Belobog. There are many...
Yeah, come on, Master Diviner. Is touching a heater a good idea? This thing is red hot. What if my hand turns extra crispy?
It's okay. This is a memory space. If something hasn't injured you in reality, then it cannot injure you in memory.
А если появится что-то, что навредило мне в жизни?
Well, I was never beaten up by Jing Yuan in reality either.
Enough of that. Touch it.
Hey, don't pull on my hand. Ow, ow, ow! Hot, hot, hot!
Не оглядывайся, иди вперед.
What the actual... That thing was flaming hot! You said things that never happened to me in reality couldn't happen here.
I said that if something hasn't injured you in reality, then it cannot injure you in memory. I didn't say anything about the sensation of injury. So this is Belobog. I was expecting it to be cold.
It's freezing. What? Master Diviner, aren't you cold? I can't stop shivering.
Most likely a result of me never having experienced true cold. I'm afraid you'll have to do the shivering by yourself. On the Luofu, you and I have shared experiences. And so I was able to provide more active assistance. But in Belobog, you'll have to rely on your own judgment to ascertain the source of distortion, and get the foreign object to appear.
Yeah, I get it.
Oh, Miss March, I have one more thing to ask. Have you ever experienced great suffering?
What? I don't think so. Why are you suddenly asking me that?
Возможно, в прошлом.
Sometimes people forget extreme memories to protect themselves from suffering. Perhaps you didn't notice, but in your memories of the Luofu, everyone you met was either hinting or explicitly stating that you should stop trying to remember. I believe this is most likely your subconscious communicating with you directly. Though, of course, we cannot rule out that external forces may have interfered with your memory. In the latter case, it is possible that someone decided to leave warnings in your subconscious to prevent you from
будет у
recalling the
нас
truth.
стекло смарт в будущем.
Am I really
Но
that
по
important
ней
to
видно,
someone?
что в ее предыстории нет
I don't think
ничего
there's anyone
хорошего.
who'd go to all the trouble of locking up my memories.
And yet, memories are precisely what you seek, no? I say this to say one thing. Are you certain you wish to continue exploring your memories?
You said external forces might be messing with my head, right? That just makes me more curious.
Да, конечно, будем
No one
опять
gets away with locking up my
это даже
memories.
не
Let's
обсуждается.
go. I'll show you the way to
Причем, мне
Dorte
кажется, у меня
Hotel.
будет совершенно другая стихия, потому что в лед ее заточил кто-то извне.
Very well.
Кто-то связанный с
I
памятью.
must admit that I'm finding the whole matter
Поэтому
more
это и был
interesting by
лед.
the minute.
This memory should be from the first day we arrived in Belobog.
Блин,
By
мне
the
кажется, вообще,
second
в
day, we were wanted
принципе,
criminals already. The person present who shouldn't be. Who could it be?
мне кажется, в принципе, любой, кому бы утратили, от кого бы спрятали его память, захотел бы ее раскрыть. Типа, даже если она болезненная. Просто из банального интереса. Сампа. О, я кпели.
Welcome to the Sampa Hotel, Miss March.
Мне пробили грудь оружием, я стала сильнее. Да. Да, нихрена в сравнении роста пелы, это было забавно.
The Sampa Hotel used to be called the Goethe Hotel. After old Goethe retired, Sampo managed to trick his way into acquiring this place and renamed it after himself. Luckily, the high-quality service of the hotel remains
Да, я считаю,
undiminished.
что он так и сделает.
It's still the best place to stay in the administrative district. I should mention, the Sampa Hotel's new slogan is, "Don't think about the past, strive for your future." Sounds like the kind of ad copy that Miss March would like. This girl seems quite trustworthy.
That's just the work of my subconscious mind.
The tea service at Goethe Hotel is first class, especially this Whale-Tide Spring. They say that an architect once used the preservation's power to make camellias bloom on the snow plains, and that this tea is made from those leaves. Whale-Tide Spring. Isn't that a variety of Xianzhou tea?
My brain must be filling in the blanks. Probably because I never drank any famous tea in Bellabog.
Ugh, so bitter. Yuck.
Bitter tea is good for your health.
Ugh, bitter is bitter. If it tastes like that, it doesn't really matter how good for you it is.
There's an old saying in Bellabog, "Blessed is he who can eat the bitterest of bitter." These experiences are becoming increasingly distorted.
Seems like my subconscious mind has no talent for screenwriting.
I'm not sure your conscious mind does either.
I'm not denying it.
Окей. Ну, очевидно, проблема в Сампо, правильно?
Miss March 7th, welcome to the Sampo Hotel. I'm Japard, the security here.
Блин, это ужасно. Это ужасно. Капсом курсивом через пробелы. Ужасно.
Why would hotel security need to be armed to the teeth? Is there great lawlessness in Bellabog?
No. Japard is the captain of the Silvermane Guards. Just like how the Lafu has its own Cloud Knights captains. I have no idea what he's doing running security at a hotel like this, though.
It isn't so surprising. In attempting to pursue the rational, we piece together the unrelated. The result is a seemingly meaningful fantasy. A fantasy called life.
Excuse me, Miss March. Do you need anything? If there's nothing else, please let me get back to my duty. Also, allow me to remind you.
Это точно
you
не
cannot
мог
change the
рисовать
past.
Сампо.
The future is all that's left for you.
That actually does feel like something he would say.
Miss March, long time no see. Welcome to the Sampo Hotel.
The Sampo Hotel? This is Goethe Hotel.
Was Goethe Hotel. Now it's the Sampo Hotel. In the autumn of his years, old Goethe got too old to run this place, so he handed it down to his most trusted young confidant, Sampo Kuski. And before you get the wrong idea, there was zero trickery involved. This was a cherished agreement between gentlemen. You see, old Goethe and I chose to face the future instead of clinging to memories of the past. You should do the same, March.
This blue-haired fellow has an air of deceit about him every time he opens his mouth.
You don't need a jade abacus to get a feel for Sampo.
Так кто исказился-то? А я зелье не болтала, да?
Long time no see, Zila.
March? Long time no see. How's everything been going since you left Belobog? The Express never looked back.
Хотя, возможно, проблема в гепарде с его интонациями, да?
The same goes for us.
Я просто не хочу к нему подходить снова.
March, don't dwell on the past. It won't do you any good. Trust me.
Got it? Thanks.
These warnings are ongoing. The situation is becoming stranger by the minute.
It sure is. Let's press on and see what awaits. I remember our second day in Belobog was mostly us being hunted down by Silvermane guards. We didn't meet Zila until way later. Which means Zila shouldn't be appearing in this memory. She's the source of the interference.
In which case, we must eliminate her.
Seems like you don't trust me.
It's not that I don't trust you. It's just...
An answer is not required. She's merely a mirage hindering your progress.
I understand. Let's do this.
You'll pay for this. Lend me your strength.
Слава богу, это не гепард.
Human creations.
This is double speed. Lend me your strength.
Time for a fun.
Troublesome.
To guard and defend. Crush them.
The sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
No matter. Lend me your strength. Converge and awaken.
Time for a fun.
This is double speed. What's this? Let me see. Developed on Herta space station.
Seems like this must be the foreign
Мы
object.
идем
The next experience should be meeting
назад
her for the first time. Herta
во
space
времени.
station.
Это хорошо. Будет, значит, Герта, потом Экспресс, а потом квест резко кончится. А я могу их удалить?
What an excellent cup of tea. Much like the force that's distorting this experience.
Do you have to make it?
Rest easy. Shame we didn't get to see the stunning vistas of the snow plains. This hotel lobby must have left a deep impression on you.
Да, лобби отеля.
Well, Waking up after a great sleep in a comfy bed to find out you're a wanted criminal tends to leave a deep impression. Let's move on to the next stop. I mean, the last stop. Let's go.
So long as you're ready.
I'll take a monitor over a red-hot heater
Вообще,
any
он
day.
тут выглядит, он писался прям правильно, как будто бы ты подходишь к стойке, что-то там вбиваешь и идешь к себе в номер.
March, wake up. We have to hurry.
Huh? Are we going? What about Miss Fushuen?
Fu Xuan? Who's that? And there's no time for daydreaming. The space station is in crisis.
Huh? What do you mean?
Come with me. Asta said that the Stellaron is stored in that room up ahead. And I'm guessing the Legion might also be interested in its whereabouts.
Это когда мы появились. Да, это хорошее воспоминание.
This is before we met her.
Who? March.
Don Hung, where
Блин. Что он сказал?
Master Diviner, can you hear me? Darn it, something must have gone wrong. What am I gonna do? Why did Miss Fushuen pick the scariest time to vanish?
March, can you... me? I'm getting more and more evidence that your memories have suffered interference. But I don't know where from.
Looks like I'll have to do it by myself this time.
А вот ты, Даньхан. Но мы к Герте пошли позже. Да я бы сказала, что и Асты тут не было. Орлан, да их никого тут не было, блин, кроме меня. Пойдем ко мне.
March, leave your memories in the past.
Сразу к делу. Ну, это по-нашему.
Why do you insist on returning to them? If they were so important to you, wouldn't you have remembered them? The moment a nameless boards the express, a new life begins. We set out on a new road, never to return. Explore, trailblaze, but do not dwell on the past. You'll...
Или мы встретили меня позже. То есть сначала они с ними болтали, а потом встретили меня.
After being picked up by Himiko, she was freed
Это
from the
логично
six-faced
звучит.
ice in which she was encased. She lost all memory of the past. Because she had no past to speak of, she was an eon. And
была одной из
eons
ионов.
have no past. From the moment they ascend, the past and future of their existence becomes inundated by their path. March 7th's mistake was the loss of the authority of the eons.
Could it be? That never even occurred to me. But I guess it's not impossible.
March, have you forgotten your past experiences? Surely your bow there is enough evidence for you. You were once a Galaxy Ranger, engaged in a bitter fighting battle with the
Интересные
remnants of the Swarm. You
предположения.
rescued a planet in the Emerald System that was about to be swallowed by a black hole, smashing through Dr. Primitive's carefully laid plans.
Ага, вот это Астана придумала.
You were severely wounded during the battle for Vonwalk. The leader of the Rangers encased you in ice to protect you and waited for you to recover.
My bow? But Himeko made that for me. You're lying.
March, if you insist on looking back, you'll find nothing but confusion and chaos. You were the last princess, and also the last survivor of the Diamond World Adlevin. The planet was burned to an obsidian hellscape the moment Nanook ascended. Filled with despair, your parents swaddled you in warm clothing and placed you into an ice ship. As they watched you sink into the turbulent waves of the starscape, they felt a newfound hope. You were found and raised by strangers. You are the
Это
only
что,
savior.
Кэя?
The promise of rebirth.
Это Кэя.
Oh, wait! I wrote that! That's a story I made up about my past! Great. Forget memories. Now everyone gets to see my imagination.
Пойдем удалять себя.
March. Leave. Why do you insist the moment a Nate explore?
Я так не
Trailblaze.
дослушала, кстати.
But do not dwell on the past. You'll tarnish the reputation of the Nameless.
Enough! You're not her! Nothing like her! She would never try and force me to give up something so important to me. I don't care who you are. Disappear right now and let me pass. And don't you ever pretend to be one of my friends again. Humans, creations! Lend me your strength. To guard and defend. Crush them.
Дальше мы по-любому попадем на экспресс.
Lend me your strength.
Ну там, наверное, будет Химика, Велик и Данхан. И Пом-Пом. И, возможно, лишним будет тот, кто попал на экспресс после Марта. Я не помню, правда, в каком порядке кто попал на экспресс.
This is double speed.
По-моему, Химика Вель, потом Марта, потом Вейнмен. Мне так кажется. А еще там я могу быть. Но меня уже здесь и так выкинули, так что...
Past victories don't guarantee future ones.
Past victories don't guarantee future ones. Сказал Даньхан. Опа.
Weren't there coordinates sent out from the space station? Weak heartbeat and pulse. March, you better do CPR.
This is the first time we met her. But she isn't here. Who are you? I don't remember you.
Здравствуйте.
I am a messenger of the Garden of Recollection. Miss March, please refrain from looking back upon your past.
Любопытно.
Leave the matrix of prescience and return to reality. The past is not worth exploring. It will only hurt you.
You're the one one who needs to leave. I'm not letting this go.
The Garden of Recollection? Did the Glow Swader send you? Are you the one meddling with my observations?
Это тот самый третий?
What do you want with this girl? No matter the nature of your intentions, stealing others' memories like this, deceiving them, blinding them. I cannot allow that to happen.
You leave me no choice but to resort to unconventional means.
Miss March, this might feel uncomfortable, but I'm going to enter your memory world and help you clear out any obstacles.
Блин, а что, экспресса не будет? По логике там должен был быть еще экспресс, и потом мы бы это прыгнули дальше, но эта тетка пришла быстрее.
The truth of life and death. The sanctuary is but a vision. Fighting is meaningless.
I see through you. Human creations.
Touch for fun.
This is double speed. Yin and yang. Human creations. Lend me your strength.
Три последовательных пули. А кто третий? Вообще не могу вспомнить.
Lend me your strength.
The sanctuary is but a vision.
Yin and yang. This is double speed. Converge and awaken. Human creations.
Перечислите мне
Lend me your strength.
последователи пули.
Yin and yang. Lend me your strength. To guard and defend. Crush them.
The sanctuary is but a vision.
Блин, я почему-то думала, что это один и тот же посланник, который просто в разные места попадает. А они просто выглядят по-разному. Окей.
I promised I'd
О,
watch
мы
over
на
you.
экспрессе, все правильно.
Besides, I've been blessed by the Wisdom Walker. I will never tolerate efforts to impede the truth.
That person said she was a messenger. The Garden of Recollection. Why would they come after me?
Many members of the Garden have their own agenda. It's impossible to confirm anything from a cursory introduction. This is the Astral Express, no? It would seem that you're nearing the source. The Matrix of Prescience Ultima should start making further calculations soon. Do you remember where it was exactly that you were discovered?
They set the ice down in one of the passenger cars. It ended up being my room.
Then let's pass through this carriage and find your room.
А хотя, по-моему, Дань Хэн раньше был, да, на экспрессе. После Март только я появилась. Вот сейчас попробуй пойми, блин. Ну, у него просто...
Let's crack open this ice block.
Да.
Perhaps we can still save the girl inside.
Потому что у него первая комната, а у Март вторая. Поболтать нельзя.
Be careful not to harm her.
А, она переселила свою комнату, ладно. Забавно, что я за Даньхана. Это удобно.
I've got this. Pom-Pom, go and get the first aid kit.
Going, gone!
Ага.
This must be when the crew first found me. I don't remember a thing.
Some memories are buried deep within you. It takes time for them to resurface.
What's going on? How come we're back at the start?
It's the messenger. She's interfering with your movements again.
Don't look back. Keep going forward. Don't look back. Keep going forward. Don't look back. Keep going forward.
А если обернуться? А если взять и обернуться? Просто интересно. Блин, это был бы такой прикольный мув, типа сделать здесь раздвоение сюжета, где ты либо продолжаешь идти туда, либо пытаешься вернуться.
It seemed like that kid was trapped in ice, but the substance doesn't share the same physical properties. How bizarre. The crystals show at least 6 structures under differing conditions. 6-phased ice. The galaxy really
Почему
is
ты
an
так
enigma.
меня останавливаешь? Там же ничего нет. Там ничего нет.
Of course, I hope we can take her in. Or, rather, I can offer a conclusion based on the most basic of moral judgments. Now that we've found her, we have to look after her. But naturally, I'm concerned about whether or not this places the Astral Express in any danger.
The Astral Express welcomes everyone. Don't worry. Do what you feel is right, and Pom-Pom will take care of the rest.
Да, то есть мне надо будет потом вернуться назад, я поняла. Потому что, когда нам говорят делать одно, надо делать наоборот. Так, сейчас, секунду. Отправляю хвостик. Ага.
Thanks. I feel more at ease now. I just hope she'll have a good time on the Express and not feel too alienated from the rest of us.
Stop worrying so much. Pom-Pom will say it again. The Astral Express welcomes everyone.
Everyone agreed to take you in. I'm in exile. And by the look of things, you might not have a home to go back to either. But here on the Express, nobody is alone. Himiko said that your vitals were all stable. She just didn't know when you'd regain consciousness.
The Interferer has been thwarting your progress this whole time. Maybe the only way for you to find your past is to take a step back.
Ну, я так понимаю, там больше нет контента.
Don't look back. Keep going forward. I get it. If I do the exact opposite, I'll find my way out. You're a true genius, March.
As soon as you open this door, the matrix of prescience will start calculating
Но
your
я, кстати,
past.
не уверена, дает ли игра тебе вернуться до того, как ты посмотришь все. Потому что до самого первого раза она не дает, как вы могли увидеть.
Whenever you're ready.
Is this my room? I didn't get a chance to tidy up. Don't judge.
This is your room? That block of ice in the center. Has it always been there?
Ice?
This must be the foreign object. Looks like our exploration has reached its final stage. I will confirm one last time. Are you sure you wish to keep exploring your past?
Yes. I'm sure. Master Diviner?
О, знакомое
She is
место.
busy running the matrix of prescience Ultima.
You again? What I do with my past is none of your business. Why do you have to make things so difficult?
Please, trust the Garden of Recollection. Everything I'm doing is for your protection.
You don't protect people by imprisoning them.
We know. If you are truly set on learning about your past, then come with me. I'll show you the origin that you seek. I hope that you will refrain from exploring any further than this. Trust me when I say, nothing good can come of it. There it is. Your origin. Your life unfolds from this point on, full of unique experiences and adventure. What happened prior is meaningless to you. The value of your life does not lie in what happened in the past, but in the present and the future. The eagle returns from an unsuccessful hunt. The sailor avoids the course they know to be dangerous. And you, my child, should come to learn that the past is just an illusion. But your experiences now will be remembered forever. It is time to say goodbye. Here, a parting gift for you. I look forward to our next encounter.
Wait! Hold on!
Мгм. 67 различных версий истории своей жизни.
Miss Fushuen, why did the simulation just cut off like that?
Что
I
случилось?
don't know. Before I could figure out what was going on, it spat me out.
And the matrix of prescience stopped at precisely the same moment. March, I lost sight of you once you touched that block of ice. What happened?
It's kinda hard to explain.
Да ладно, я постоянно попадаю в это пространство.
So, that mysterious girl was really a messenger of the Glow Swather?
Glow Swather? You mean Fuli the Remembrance? Are they the Eon connected to my past?
No, it's too early to draw such a conclusion. All I can say is that it was very likely an Eon that sealed away your memories. But not necessarily Fuli. When the messenger spoke of protection, perhaps she meant the following. By sealing away your memories, the Glow Swather wasn't attempting to harm you, but to shield you from the memories themselves.
It's not so bad. At least I know it has to do with the Garden of Recollection, right?
It seems like retrieving memories is beyond the operational spectrum of the Matrix of Prescience Ultima.
Блин, для Фусяня это тоже интересный опыт, конечно.
That's all right. You've helped me so much already, Master Diviner. I owe you a big one.
If you'll excuse me, I must organize an inspection of the Matrix. Fingers crossed there's no damage done.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
We'll leave you to it then. Run. If we broke something, there'll be a huge bill to pay.
Да, как раз где-то за часик и уложились. Забавно, что... да, Фусяня не так пригласили. Экспресс. Так, ну, наше поклонение Фули сегодня тоже не помогло поговорить. Сейчас
I
поговорим.
must organize an inspection of the Matrix.
Ну, она просто про матрицу говорит. Короче, поклонение Фули не помогло. То, что я заказала себе духи Старо, тоже не помогло. Лебедь ко мне не хочет. В другой раз. Ну, блин, все квесты были хорошие. Я рада, что я Инцина и Цзинлю одной связкой прошла. Они прям как... Это маленький проложек и вот этот большой сюжетный квест, который ощущался как фильм. Как будто я посмотрела кино. И квест Март, мне кажется, тоже вписался хорошо и быстренько. И взбодрил немножко это лорный квест Цзинлю. Да, спасибо большое, что смотрели. И до новой встречи на следующей неделе. Я не знаю, может быть, пройдем квест Лочи? Возможно. А там посмотрим. Всем доброй ночи и пока.